That is fine. 2 hours and 4 minutes, apparently, this cut. Because it's longer. Isn't it? Episode 4. What year were you born? Let's chat about
I was
when
born
you first watched.
on 1984.
Holy shit. So you were not even around when Return of the Jedi came out.
So 77, yeah?
77 for this? I was 6.
My... Ooh, I went all wonky. My brother Kevin was born in 76. So he missed out on Star Wars when it first came out in the cinema. So, yeah, I was going to ask you, when did you see it in the cinema?
Apparently, yes. I don't have any memories of seeing it at cinema because I was 6, but I remember the after effects of it, the sticker albums, the Star Wars toys, the anticipation for Empire Strikes Back and stuff. So I still have a brother, apparently. I don't speak to him. I haven't spoken to him for many, many decades.
I have a brother like that.
Yeah, one like that. And he was a big science fiction fan, so a lot of the time he would probably be forced to take me to cinema with him. And I saw things like Close Encounters of the Third Kind and Star Wars, Battle Beyond the Stars and all that, Black Hole and all that sort of stuff. So Star Wars, I would have gone with him to watch it. And then I just went kind of Star Wars mental. And I remember having all the toys. And there was the house that I had a massive backyard. And the property next to it was under construction. So they had massive piles of sand. Hey, Tatooine! That was amazing. I used to just play with the Star Wars figures in there and dig little holes and have Tusken Raiders jumping out and all that sort of stuff. So that was my childhood, just amusing myself in the backyard in lovely Scottish weather.
Yeah.
And all year round playing with Star Wars figures and stuff.
See, it's funny, you just went Tatooine I now have Tatooine. I'm just about to get the cruiser overhead.
Yes. Which is amazing. It's easily one of the best openings to a film.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, you have to watch Empire of Dreams and all that. That's on the... Yeah. Not was that the original deep? Yeah, because it came out on video, didn't it? The originals came out on video, and then they brought out a remastered version in '97.
They did. The original videos were brought to you by CBS Fox, Movies in a Box. That was a tagline they used to use at one point. Really cheesy, but kind of worked. And then they did this whole campaign where it's like Star Wars for the last time ever. And you were like, whoa! They were pulling them back into the vaults. And then they were bringing out these special edition ones, which I saw in the cinema. And they were cool because it's amazing to watch Star Wars on a big screen.
See, I've never had the joy of seeing the originals in the cinema. I'm really hoping that Cineworld sees sense and does some sort of screening before Episode 7.
What happens if they do? We're going to show them all 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. Would you watch the prequels?
I would. There goes. What's the name of that ship? Does it have a name?
Oh God, it does have a name, doesn't it? And I can't remember it. So yeah, no, I can't remember what the name of the ship is.
I've got subtitles on. I've got subtitles on, but they haven't come up yet.
No, there's been no dialogue.
Yeah,
but 4 minutes in, no dialogue. It's awesome. You don't need it.
Doesn't C-3PO say something? No, we're doomed. We're really doomed now.
Oh yeah, he might have done. Yeah, I thought he did.
So I mean, it's iconic imagery. You're 4 minutes in, and so far we've had a bunch of text to bring you up to speed, like they did in the old serial days of Flash Gordon and all that. And Captain Kremen. And so you've had all that, and you had that big space battle, and now explosions and gunfights in space, and you have no idea what's going on.
But the thing is, I remember as a kid, you didn't
care.
I'm a bit confused there. I don't know what's going on, because you see Vader, you go, he's in black, he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
The droids, we're not quite sure what they're doing yet, but they seem okay because the little one chirps like a budgie, so he's all right. So you didn't need to go, excuse me, this doesn't make any sense. I need to have a bit more explanation, which a lot of people do nowadays. And I will know the name of the ship that they're on, but I've forgotten it, so I'll probably look it up afterwards.
But as far as bad guys go, Darth Vader is friggin' cool.
He's cool, but not if you watch the prequels, because then you think, well, that's that little git that used to go pod racing and go, Amy! So it kind of, I think if you watch them in prequel and then original trilogy order,
yes,
you lose so much impact of Vader, because you know where he came from, you know that...
He's just sort of a whiny git.
Yeah, he's a bully.
Princess Leia. I must have had a crush on her at some point. If I didn't in the first one, I definitely when it came around to Jedi. When it came to the bikini. Did you know they're removing all traces, all figures of slave Leia?
Why?
Sexist to women, apparently.
But it's not, because she killed Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
So therefore, I don't get the impression that Princess Leia was in fact a slave to Jabba.
No.
I get the impression that she went undercover so she could get close to Jabba, so that when Luke showed up, they could sort him out.
Yeah.
Certainly didn't think she was like 12 years a Jabba slave or whatever.
No, I never ever looked at it that way. I never once thought, oh, that's not right.
No, because she's a strong woman. I mean, she's blasted stormtroopers out of the way. She's a major part of the Rebel Alliance. She pretty much rescues Han Solo in Jedi. She's not exactly a weak woman, so they should.
Yep. Even before I knew what sexual objectification was, the Leia bikini thing made me really uncomfortable as a kid. Carrie Fisher herself criticised the outfit, warning new Star Wars actor Daisy Ridley, "Don't be a slave like I was. You keep fighting against that slave outfit."
Wow. I think she's a bit off the mark there. I think.
Yeah, it's. Well, we're men, so maybe we don't see the problem, but at the end of the day, she's a kick-ass princess. And now officially a Disney princess, if you think about it.
Exactly. Wow. That is very, very true. Did you know that the first time Star Wars came out, it was not called New Hope?
No, it was just called Star Wars, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it just came out and it said Star Wars, and then the text came up. But then when it came back, didn't they show it in limited release? Everybody went mental. They brought it back out again not that long after.
Yeah, I think they brought it back out after, but apparently it was when they did a double bill. This is what they used to do. It used to be amazing. They brought it out when Empire came out, and you could go watch Star Wars followed by Empire, and then that's when it became Episode 4, New Hope. Because I saw Star Wars when it was originally on. I saw the double bill between Star Wars and Empire when that was originally done. And then when Jedi came out, they showed Star Wars, Empire, Jedi. And I remember as a kid, and it would have been like 80, 84, 83, whatever. I always forget which year Jedi came out. 83, isn't it? I always get mixed up with 84.
Yeah, it's 77, 1980, and 83.
Isn't it? 83. Yeah. So for some reason I have 84, because 84 was like one of the best years for movies ever. Indiana Jones, Gremlins, Ghostbusters.
Also when
you just lump everything in.
Also when I came into existence, just saying.
Well, exactly. What better way to celebrate your arrival than all those big franchise movies?
My parents enjoyed Return of the Jedi so much they had me.
Yes. And I watched Star Wars Empire Jedi twice at the cinema, as in like the same day. So I went in about 12 o'clock daytime, came out about, I don't know what time it was, well, so about midnight or something. It's awesome. Best way to spend a Saturday as a kid when you're 12. It's watching 12 hours worth of Star Wars movies. So it was amazing.
It's, May 25th, 1977, in less than 32 theatres, Stuart.
That's nuts.
8 more on Thursday and Friday. And it immediately broke box office records, effectively becoming one of the first blockbuster films.
I mean, the thing is, you've got to remember that there weren't as many cinemas around.
No.
The town I lived in, which I think the population was maybe 60,000 or whatever, in Fife, which is over the other neck of the woods from you, had one cinema, and that had 3 screens.
I think this
and that was it. Yeah, probably 3 screens. It cost £1 to get in, which is amazing. And those were the days when you could just go in, watch a film, and just sit there and watch it again. Be interrupted by the woman with the cornetto.
It's kind of amazing though that it has become a massive global phenomenon that has lasted so long. I mean, so the originals came out in 77, 80, and 83, like we said, and by the time I came around in 84, they were still going, and then in 97 they brought them back out remastered. And then they brought them out again, and then they brought them out again, and he it's a bit of a joke now that he'll never stop tinkering with it until he's dead.
Yeah, see that I have issues with the tinkering. I'm kind of two-faced. It's like, by all means, put it into high def and put the sound into Dolby, whatever, 0.1 or whatever it is. But stop putting new scenes in.
I don't mind them tinkering with the special effects to make them better. I don't mind that. Because that's what they did with old Doctor Who stories. And remastered the special effects when they brought them out on DVD. I don't mind that. I just don't think there's just like he's changed audio files. Ben's cry. When you get to it, you'll get to it before me. When Obi-Wan does his cry to scare away the Jawas.
Awful.
No, it's not Jawas. It's Sand People.
Sand People. Yeah.
He has changed it, and then when the Tusken Raider attacks Luke, they've changed that sound as well, and I love that sound. And they just keep tinkering. And I think they've put what's his face? They've put Hayden Christensen in at the end of Jedi.
Yep.
You've got Darth Vader's no has been put into this. Has been put into Return of the Jedi. It's just like, what are you doing?
The biggest issue I have with all the changes are the Hayden Christensen being added at the end of Jedi. That's the one that really, really annoys me because it obliterates
Sebastian Shaw,
the other actor, Sebastian Shaw, and it's like, and he's no longer with us as far as I know. So it's like, well, that kind of sucks because there are people that are only going to see the special editions.
Yeah.
So
it's
kind of poo.
It is a bit of a kick in the face to him, really, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, changing a sound file or something like that, I'm cool with that. Putting some crappy CG creature or whatever, not a fan. Because the thing is, it's like the CG stuff that Lucas put in the late 90s looks more dated than the stuff that was there from the 70s.
Oh, yeah, especially Jabba.
Weird. He's awful.
They had a stand-in for Jabba for that scene, and it was a human actor, and then they decided to replace over the human actor with a shitty CGI Jabba, and then they had to physically move Harrison Ford over the tail that wasn't there, and it just and does it add anything to the story? Does it? I don't think so.
No. And I think the worst thing is, it's like, and the original versions kind of are available because I've got a DVD
They're on
box
DVD.
set that's got, but then they've not been high def. It's like, fine, you want the original ones, have them. They look like shit. So it's just a bit odd.
I've never watched the originals. I was brought up in the 97 versions.
Really?
I had them on videotape, and that was my first encounter. And they used to show them on ITV all the time. Do you remember?
Yeah.
It wasn't about Christmas time. They used to show them all the time.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, some of the stuff that they've done for the changes are decent, like the ending of Return of the Jedi, where it goes across Coruscant and all that sort of stuff. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because that ties back into the prequels a little bit. That I like.
But you've got a different musical number for the Ewoks at the end. It's a totally different song. It's like, what? Yeah. And then you've got that stupid Jabba's Palace musical number that's just awful in the special editions. Much better in the original version.
Oh, when it's like, oh my God!
What the hell have they done?
Because they added in that CGI woman, didn't they?
Awful.
And it goes, na 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 na. Oh, I remember it now. Oh.
Yep. The original one, miles better because it just worked.
Because my good lady, she is a Star Wars fan, but she hasn't watched them since she was about 11. So her memory of Star Wars is quite, she was born, Ellie was born in 94. So,
wow.
So, Ellie even missed out in the 97 versions. Yep. So it'll be quite, I know we're doing this, but I said to Ellie, can we watch them before we go see episode 7? And I think that's going to make sense. So, we're going to sit down and we're going to watch them again. And she's only going to know that version. She's only going to know the na version. And she will grow up in a world, Stuart, where Han didn't shoot first.
Exactly. That's the age-old thing, isn't it? Did he? No, he didn't. And the version that I've seen originally, he's a scoundrel. So
in your version,
gun him down.
on your original versions, did he shoot first?
Yes, the original cinematic versions he did, because he knew that Greedo was going to gun him down. So he's like, bang. But heaven forbid you can't have Han Solo doing that. Well, yeah, you can, because that's the sort of person he is. But he shot first.
So I'm now on the scene where the stormtroopers are on Tatooine. Why have we got a lot more stormtroopers, and why have we got those banthas? There's
CG, Lucas tinkering. Oh, you can't have a space on the screen. Oh no.
Look, there are droids.
What's your time scale? What's on your clock?
I'm on 1543.
Right, I'm going to try and catch up with you because mine stopped again. I'm on 1502 actually.
Really? Okay. Well, I'll pause. I'm on 1550.
Yeah. Will you pause on 1550? And I'll let you know when I'm on 1550. Yeah, we got the due back thing there, which looks awful because it just looks CGI. But there were only like 3 stormtroopers or something in the original shot. There was no due back, and you didn't need it. But it was, especially when you get to the Mos Eisley bit as well. It's
my god!
Wall creatures.
And they added in a whole extra pass of Luke, Ben, and the droids on the hovercraft malarkey, the speeder, and it just looks completely fake.
Yeah, it does. It's awful. Do it as a gimmick. But don't make that your definitive version of the thing. The Sandcrawler, 1550, 1551, 1552.
I'm
3PO and R2
on my 1554, 55, 56.
Yeah, I'm about a second now. We can call with that.
Yeah.
So.
I like that they fixed we're just talking about changes now. I like that they fixed this craft, because I think it was quite ropey in the original.
I think so.
If anyone is curious, you can go on YouTube and type in Star Wars changes, and someone does have a series of videos going through all the original films and what they've changed. It's quite an interesting watch for me.
It is. I mean, I think it's like a Wikipedia page years ago where it listed how many times Star Wars has been altered, and you kind of think, oh, he's changed it like 5 times. No, it's been changed like 50 times.
Yeah.
Just little tweaks that we never even noticed. Each time a version comes out on whatever format, there's something been altered to it. Not necessarily something on screen, but some sort of technical issue or a logo or a soundtrack tweak or whatever it is.
See,
but yeah.
I'm a little bit sad that I haven't seen them in the cinema. At one point it looked like we were going to, when they said we're going to bring them out in 3D, because that was the thing at the time. We're going to bring them all out in 3D, and everybody went, you know what, that's fine, because at least we'll get to see them in the cinema. But they started with The Phantom Menace.
They did. Yep.
It bombed horrifically, and they went, you know what, we changed our mind. It didn't do well. Of course it didn't do well. You started with The Phantom Menace.
You bring New Hope out first. You just watch those box office figures. Yeah.
Were you surprised? I mean, it was about 2 years ago. They said, they made the big announcement. We're doing 7, 8, and 9. Were you surprised? Did you think it was ever going to happen? Or were you resigned? Were you happy with the fact that you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that was it?
I mean, if you go back, it's like George Lucas he's an awesome person, but he's kind of strange because originally, and I've seen him say it, I've read him, in interviews going, it was always going to be 9 films, 3 in the middle, 3 before, 3 afterwards, and then maybe like a decade or so after, he's like, no, it was always meant to be 6. I never said there was going to be 9. You kind of did, because I heard you say it on interviews.
Yeah, isn't there an interview where he had it all written down, like the whole outline of it in a book? Yep.
And he's like, nope, never said that. Yeah, he did, because I remember you saying it. That's one of the perks of being old enough to remember everything Star Wars. You're like, yes, you did say it. You said it in 1982 in Star Wars.
Yeah, an Empire of Dreams, yeah.
Probably.
Which is a great documentary that everybody needs to watch.
It's very, very good, and it's on the silver DVD box set. That's just DVD, so not Blu-ray, and I think it's about 2.5 hours, isn't it? And it's pretty much the only decent making of Star Wars documentary out there. A lot of the ones on these Blu-ray ones, they're either 3 minutes long or they're crap.
Yeah,
it's bizarre.
Yeah.
Yep. Jawas.
Yep. R2D2's counterpart just exploded.
R5D4. See, I even know the names. I had that action figure, actually, little R5D4.
Now you're talking about action figures. where I just realised people who are watching this, who press play, I went, oh bugger, they're at 15:50. They've had to go and get back to it. That George Lucas didn't take any money for making it, did he? He just said, I'll just take whatever whatever profits you make on the merchandise, that's what I'll take. And of course, back in the 70s, merchandise wasn't a thing. Oh my god, a rare fade to black. It wasn't a thing. And then, so they were like, alright mate. And then it just exploded. The merchandise just went mental.
I bet to this day, that executive who went, oh, you can keep the merchandise, and I bet he's crying his eyes out, if in fact he's still working.
I bet he jumped out a window. Bizarre to think that £4.5 billion was paid to George Lucas from Disney for Star Wars.
The thing is that it's worth it.
Oh, it is worth it.
That is a low price for what you can potentially do with that.
Not for me and you.
No, not for me and you. I mean, I don't think we're going to Indiegogo or Kickstarter that anytime soon. But can you imagine? I want to raise some money to buy Star Wars.
Yeah. I mean, because straight off, the pre-sales for Episode 7 has been $50 million. They are well on the way of recouping a small fraction of that on film 1 of their proposed planned trilogy, and they're going to be releasing, allegedly, another film, a solo film, not a Han Solo film, in between.
Oh, there is one of those.
There is one of them in between each trilogy film.
Yeah, it's Rogue Squadron first.
Rogue One.
Yeah, Rogue
you were
One.
thinking about an old Star Wars game.
I love some of the Star Wars games. I've been playing
amazing.
It's awesome.
I used to play one called X-Wing, I think it was called, and it was an old PC game, and it's all wireframe effects.
But it was Star Wars.
But it was Star Wars, and you had the music, a MIDI file of the music. And it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. But yeah, Rogue One is up first. As far as I know, they've shot it.
Yeah, well, I've seen behind the scenes still, because apparently it's a lot darker, isn't it, than these ones, which are kind of popcorny and stuff like that. But they've gone proper serious, which may work, may not.
And it will take place before. It takes place in between 3 and 4.
Yes, because isn't it to do with getting the Death Star plans or whatever?
Yeah.
So who knows?
Great cast in it as well.
Yeah.
Felicity Jones, Alan Tudyk, that bloke who played Hannibal.
Mads.
Yeah, Mads Mikkelsen. Yeah, tons of cool people in it. No, I think it's going to be a really good one.
But it's like they're chatting and everybody's trying to work out. I mean, keeping your hype down for Star Wars 7. A lot of people are struggling with that. Bless them. But it's like, how much money is it going to make? I've seen people say it's going to beat Avatar. No way. No way is it going to beat Avatar.
Well,
2.8 billion for a Star Wars film. No.
Maybe not with the Phantom Menace. Maybe not with. Well, I mean, what did the Phantom Menace raise?
Well, I saw, I can't remember which magazine it was, but they'd added up the entire box office gross for every Star Wars film.
Empire.
And if you take all 6 films and combine their box office together, they raised 2.8 billion.
Right.
That's 6 films. There's no way this one is going to equal what the other 6 have done.
No, but what's really scary is, like, anything less than a huge amount is going to be considered a failure. But I can't possibly see how it's going to fail.
Oh, no, it won't fail. I think it'll easily clear the billion mark. I would probably put it about 1.2.
See, I'm going to put it at 1.5.
Right, cool. Yep. We shall see.
We shall see. Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen.
I know. That's actually when we're in Tunisia now, where they're filming all this stuff. Is that some of that hotel?
Yeah, it's a hotel, yeah.
It's like, well, can you imagine staying in that? It's very bizarre. And obviously we know who Aunt Beru is, and you watch the prequels, you know that Luke, you know the whole lineage of Luke, so it kind of ruins the whole who's your dad type, who's your daddy sort of stuff.
Yeah.
It's quite bizarre.
Yeah, because, old Ben, a.k.a. Obi-Wan. Old Ben. I wonder if he means Obi-Wan.
wonder if it means thinking, yeah, a train spotting. Yeah, Renton. Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if they mean him. Sort of mistakenly watching it. So yeah, he'd obviously take. I mean, I wonder if Lucas had that planned. You know, like Obi-Wan takes baby Luke to Anakin's stepbrother's homestead and says, "Look after him. One day, someone might come looking for him."
Yeah, exactly. I'm not. In the meantime, I'm going to go away and make my mole disappear, so that when I'm looking like Alec Guinness, it's not there. Awesome. Yeah, I don't know how much. The thing is with Lucas, he's like, I always planned this, and that. Yeah, I don't. You know,
from a writing perspective, I can tell you, we make a lot of it up, and sometimes it's a very happy random stance that it does fit into place.
Yep.
Is she dubbed?
I'm not sure, actually.
I think
wouldn't surprise me. Do you think she's dubbed?
I think she's dubbed.
Poor old Aunt Beru, with her weird blue milkshake, or whatever it is. So there's like a deleted scene or something where it shows more of the blue drink. It makes no sense.
Oh, is it
things like something like that. Yeah. See, I think it's cool. Even the shot with the two suns, even that adds to the fact.
And the music,
because it just reminds you that you're in space.
And the music as well.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, John Williams, he's done all 6 of them. Mm-hmm. Wasn't he back for number 7?
He's doing 7, yeah.
Because some people have been like bandying around that it was Michael, whatchamacallit.
No, it's him. It's him. Yep, it's him because John Boyega, is that his name? Who plays Finn in 7. It's either him or Daisy Ridley posted on their Instagram a picture of them in the recording studios with John.
Nice. Because that would be so weird having a Star Wars film without John Williams.
We might have to live with Episode 8 being someone different. I mean, he's an old man. You know, he must be in his 80s.
Oh, easily. It would be a very, very sad day when there is no more John Williams.
No, and we need to appreciate John Williams' music because, you know, Superman, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, E.T.,
Jaws,
Harry Potter,
Schindler's, pretty much every Spielberg
film. You know, it'll be a sad day when we don't have him because he'll be replaced by Danny Elfman.
God, yeah.
No, you don't.
There are some pretty good composers out there, but John Williams is kind of at the top of them all.
I mean, you will. Well, you know, there was an article recently on Screen Rant, I think it was, and they basically said that, you know, depending what age you are, you will never see the last Star Wars film. And they're not talking Episode 9, because they're already planning 10, 11 and 12.
Wow.
And it would just keep going and going and going, and you and I will pop off this mortal coil, and we will never get to see it. Do you know what I mean?
It's like, gee, thanks, Screen Rant. Way to cheer everybody up, why don't you?
I know. But for now, we're still here.
Yeah.
And it's a damn possibility that Episode 8 or 9 will not be scored by John Williams. And I'm not saying it's because he won't be here, but he just might not be fit enough.
I think they'll probably still use the themes, you would hope. I think if you've got a Star Wars film with no Star Wars themes, then that'd be kind of really weird. Because it is as much of a character as, you know, the big bantha or whatever, or a.k.a. elephant with a wig on.
Right, I was going to say, you're on a bantha, right? So... Yeah. Is that original? Was that in the original?
Yeah, that's original. Yeah, this would be quite interesting because I could point out all the new bits because I've seen the original. I don't know how many times I've seen the original Star Wars, but it's definitely got to be up there as one of the films I've seen more times than any other. I couldn't even hazard a guess how many times I've seen this. 50, 60, 100 maybe, something like that, probably over the years.
Do you see? Remember when in a minute when Obi-Wan meets C-3PO and R2D goes, "Well, I don't remember owning a droid." Do you think?
Yes.
Is he lying?
I think so, yeah. There's a lot of things like that where they make comments and like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. It's like C-3PO or whatever. R2, I think, has had his memory wiped, hasn't he?
They both had their memories wiped. Because
he's somehow lost the ability to fly with his little jetpack for some reason. I don't know what happened to his jetpack that he had in the prequels.
Again, can that not just be the technology as time goes on?
possibly, but don't forget this is set after the prequels.
Yeah, I know, but it's
so you're like, why can't you fly anymore? Maybe he's too old to fly.
maybe it's, these rocks are fake, Stuart. Those rocks weren't there before. I know this. I know for a fact that the rocks are added in that are covering R2.
Are they?
Yes, they weren't. See that rock?
Damn, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't in the original.
Did you know that a little bit of trivia was...
Sorry.
That's awful.
Scream.
That is a terrible scream. The original one was just kind of like a human being screaming with a little bit of an animal thing hinted in. But that was like, what the frick? Do you remember when they were bringing these editions out and it leaked online, all these new changes, and people were like, there's no way they're going to do that. There's no way they're going to have Vader going, no! And it was true. You're like, no, what have they done?
This is the first time I watched it on Blu-ray.
Really?
I bought the Blu-rays. Hello there, my little friend. Come on, it's fine. I'll help you. That's all right, my little friend. Yeah, I'm sorry. I have to do it. Because it just slips into a Kermit the Frog.
I used to be in Scotland when I was younger. Now I'm not.
All this time when Tatooine has made me English.
Don't remember owning a droid. You lying mother. You did have a droid.
Oh, Ben? Oh, look, the rocks that were once there are no longer there.
Oh, so I didn't even know about the rocks one.
Yeah, rocks is different. So yeah, I bought the Blu-rays because they were so expensive. They were like 60 quid, remember?
Yeah.
And they were limited edition as well. They were only going to be there for a while, blah, blah, blah. And then they keep creeping back, and eventually I bit the bullet last Christmas, and I bought them. But due to my financial situation being as rubbish as it was, as all indie filmmakers with experience, when you go whole hog, I had to trade it into CX. I just needed the money. And I'd only got through episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Wow.
But then my girlfriend moved in, and she has the Blu-rays, so hooray.
Yay! Not yet. So if you think it's been on half an hour, not a lot happened.
No.
A lot of people seem to forget how kind of slow the first Star Wars film is. There's really not a lot happens in it.
Yeah, I mean...
Until you get to the Yavin sort of Death Star
so we've had a ship being taken in by the Empire. We've had Vader threatening Leia. We've had droids land on Tatooine. And we've introduced main character number 3 to main character number 4.
And that's been on like half an hour. Nowadays, do you think... I mean, how well do you think this film would float nowadays if it came out as brand new? Do you think people would be like...
Oh, they'd be bored.
What the hell, I'm bored now.
Yeah.
It's crazy,
and that's why I'm very, very curious to see 7 and how they... And you know, a different time. I'm very curious to see what the pacing's like. Because even Phantom Menace is quite a slow film as well.
Yeah, yep. I think the only one that's not really slow is Jedi. Yeah,
because Jedi feels like a final film.
Yep. Oh, does he? We get the old threaded backstory about his dad.
Yeah.
It's like Ben making up shit again.
Well, no. He's like, you know what? As Luke saying, he wasn't a pilot. Oh, the Clone Wars got mentioned.
I've still never seen that TV show. Is that part of the canon, or is it not?
Yeah.
It is. So we've got the 6 movies, or 7 movies, and the Clone Wars TV show.
Yeah, there was a Clone Wars movie, which was completely separate to the Clone Wars TV show, and the Clone Wars animated film.
Yeah.
But the Clone Wars animated show, 6 seasons, and they run between episodes 2 and 3.
Right. Have you watched a lot of them?
No, just a handful. It introduces General Grievous, though. That's where he came from. A lightsaber. Again, they don't really explain lightsabers in this film either.
No, they don't. But they don't need to, do they?
It's just a cool sword.
And the beauty is, they didn't explain the Force either until they killed it with...
Are you ready for the jump? The little jump.
Oh!
There you go, yeah.
Yep. But as kids, we never noticed it.
What's funny here is that to get Anthony Daniels out of the suit, they just went, if you don't mind, sir, I'm going to power down for now.
Yeah, because he's not even moving, is he? It's just, that's like a suit just sat there.
He's powered down for now, sir.
Wow. What's scary is Anthony Daniels sounds just like C-3PO. It's quite bizarre.
He's kind of the ambassador, hasn't he? Been in all of them.
Yep. I think he is the only one, isn't he? Because I'm not sure if Kenny Baker's in the new one.
Well, I think he is because he's not because they've made a big fuss how in episode 8 it's Jimmy V who's taken over. But you see Kenny at conventions, and again he's just an old man.
Yep.
It's an energy field created by all.
See, it's an energy field, the Force, not midichlorians. You don't feel the need to talk about DNA and stuff like that, does it?
No. So there's a great in the trailer for episode 7 where it's Han Solo goes, the Jedi is the Force, the Empire is true, all of it, and some of the changes they go, the pod racing, the trading routes, the ongoing Senate scenes. It's true, all of it.
Jar Jar Binks, it's true. The old hologram as well.
Yep.
It's weird. It's like you sit kids down now. I mean, I was 6 when I saw this for the first time, and let's just say I was 8 when I watched it again or whatever. I was hooked. But you set like an 8-year-old down to watch this now, they're going to be like, I'm bored now.
Oh, well, I can do a hologram on my phone,
Yeah, I can do that. It makes no sense. I need an explanation on what the plot is doing to me. I'm a bit confused. With a face like Alec Guinness going,
It is a very slow film, even between shots.
It's very slow. Yeah.
You must learn the ways of the Force. If you're to come with me.
So you think now it's like 36 minutes, and it's still not a lot happened.
Yep.
It just shows you how different films are then to now, really. Which, I don't know. I can't work out why people I think people have just got less patience now. I mean, I still love watching this one, but...
Well, you go... like when we were in college, they were like, go watch Goldfinger or Doctor No, and then go watch a Bond film now. And, there's a lot less fighting and whatnot and action scenes in the old Bond films, but in the new Bond films, something happens every 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Because you just switch off now. We're a YouTube generation now, where 6 minutes is as long as you keep us going.
Exactly. That's what she said. So.
Oh, mate. Mate. A whole 45 minutes you lasted.
Isn't it?
Longer than usual. But even the Death Star looks cool.
The Death Star does look cool. The Death Star looks cooler in this shot than a lot of films that were shot 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Look. And it kind of makes no sense.
Well, it's because it's a real model, isn't it? Yeah. And I love how all the emperors made up of old English men. So if you're English, you're evil.
Yes.
Oh, there he is.
You got Peter Cushing. Do you reckon at this moment in time he's wearing his pink slippers, or is that just when Alderaan blows up?
You need to explain that one to me.
Do you not know that one?
No.
Right. Okay, well, I'll get onto that one in a few minutes then. There'll be little bits of trivia that I just remember. I'm like, bang, I'll have to rattle that one out. But yeah, Peter Cushing. He was one of like the major names in this film, wasn't it? It's like Peter Cushing and Alec Guinness. I don't think anybody else was heard of. I mean, a lot of these guys are all theatrical actors from TV and stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that guy who was speaking there, I'm pretty sure he was in Doctor Who at some point.
It wouldn't surprise me. He was in an old TV show called Boone.
Oh, was he in Boone?
Michael Elpick, I think. That was him.
Silver.
Yeah, he was like the sidekick to him.
I love Boone.
I know.
Neil Morrissey was in Boone.
Oh, yeah, he was. Yeah.
Where is Neil Morrissey now?
He is voicing Bob the Builder, isn't he still?
Is that what he's doing now? Okay.
Yeah. See this dozy git going, Vader, you're a bitch. And he's going to...
Yeah, I don't believe in the old wizardry of the Force. I believe none of it.
Like, that's apparently the choke. It's some sort of bit of metal in the throat. Apparently, in one of the books or whatever, it's somehow he fires a little bit of metal in it. That's what's choking him. Which doesn't quite make any sense. I think it makes sense just crushing his windpipe.
Yeah, I'm happy just to believe that he's using his Force powers to choke somebody. I don't think...
Yeah, little bits of metal or something.
Oh, no,
probably some dodgy fan fiction that isn't canon anymore.
I'm happy to ignore that. Because they wiped out a lot of the books, didn't they? When Disney came in, they wiped out... so Mara Jade, that great Sith princess woman, she's disappeared, who had babies with Luke. She's long gone.
But I had probably about 90 of the Star Wars books on my Kindle, and then the other week I looked at them and thought, there's no point reading them. They're just fan fiction now.
Yeah.
So I just deleted them all. Shame. Wow. Is this Ben trying to insinuate that Stormtroopers are smart?
Yes.
And that they're good shots?
But they're not really.
No.
Did you know Princess Leia is the only character who never misses?
I didn't know that at all.
Yeah. Every shot, she never misses.
Wow. See? Tough, badass woman.
I like how every shot you've got of the speeder when it's not moving is just slightly off to the left, clamped on to something.
Yeah, the thing. What do you call it? Yep. And then when it's driving, they had like mirrors on the side of it to cover it up. Like that sort of shot.
Yeah.
Some sort of mirror thing hiding it.
And again, it's just on a gamble there, spinning round. It doesn't move in a straight line. It always moves in a circular direction.
See, coming up as well, it's like one of the most gruesome shots in the Star Wars thing is it's either Beru or Owen, like charred skeleton.
Is it not both of them?
I think it might be. But it's like, yeah. Just burnt to a crisp. You're like, that's pretty graphic. But this is a U certificate as well. Now they'd be like, oh, don't know, I need to give this a PG now. Yeah, both of them there. Poor old Owen and Aunt Beru. Poor old Luke's hair as well. What's all that about?
Or Luke's currently thinking, oh my god, I wonder if Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen did this to these people.
Exactly. Did you watch a lot of the deleted scenes when it shows the Luke hanging out with his friends, like Koo Stark and stuff?
No.
They're on the Blu-ray set. They're quite lengthy scenes where he's chatting to Biggs and stuff like that. There's quite a lot of the stuff there.
Is it important?
Sure. No, it would kind of slow the film down, but it's basically Biggs comes back and he's like, look, Luke, I've not really run off to join the academy. I've hooked up with the rebellion, and it's quite a lengthy scene with them all chatting and stuff. So that's pretty cool to watch.
See this machine here?
Yeah.
With the scary needle of doom.
Yes.
Carrie Fisher, a well-known drug addict at the time, was like, bring it on, bitches.
I bet she's like that. I better have smack in it.
Yeah. Poor Carrie Fisher. She sorted herself out now, though.
She has.
Very relieved that she's back in it. Again, that was a bit of a joke. Oh, we're bringing back Han and Luke and Leia and everyone was like, aye, right, okay. But they got them all personal trainers and got them all back into shape, and they did it.
Yeah, they did.
Mark Hamill has confirmed that he's in episode 8.
Really? Okay.
They were talking about, because he's in the Flash TV show, and someone tweeted at him asking about his facial hair, and was it affecting any of his other jobs, and he said, no, I've just finished doing the Flash, and then the beard comes back on. So yeah, he was spotted in Ireland doing some filming for episode 8. So it's amazing that now they're filming the next one.
Yeah, it's weird.
Because Jimmy V, who's in Doctor Who, is the Mox of Balhoun and some other characters, and like when it's small weird aliens, it's Jimmy V from Glasgow. It's in it. Oh, here we go. Right, what's the point of this, Stuart?
This is all new.
Yeah.
None of this existed.
That was in the 97 one, wasn't it?
97. This is all
but even
97
looks,
stuff.
Like, it looks worse than.
Yep.
I mean,
all 97.
See that shot? I like that shot. I won't lie to you. I like that shot. Don't like this shot. Again, it's just slowing things down.
Still, and they chuck the humour in, of course, with the things falling off and swinging around, and now we're about to. There we go. Now we're into the.
And now we're
the
into
original
what we
stuff.
had.
Yeah, this is how you see, and there's a lot of stupid.
That's new. Yeah,
that's new because you spot it a mile off the CG. It sticks out like a sore thumb.
That droid's new, I think.
I think that droid's new. And then we're back into these aren't the droids you're looking for. How many people have used these sort of lines? Oh, have you seen my pencil? That's not the pencil you're looking for. People have used so much.
Jimmy V's taken over from Kenny Baker, and he's they're filming episode 8 now. But I have a sneak. Oh yeah, we're not talking about 7. Okay.
No plots. No, because it's really difficult trying to avoid plot things, especially the closer we get and more TV spots and stuff coming.
I've stopped watching them.
It's like, I've not watched them.
Because now it's like, oh, and here's the first official clip, and it's like, no, I've waited this long. Shush. Stop it.
The last one I saw was the It's All True, the Jedi.
Yeah, that's
blah, blah. That was the last trailer I saw. It's the last article I've read. That annoys me because I'm buying film magazines and I'm looking in. There's about 20 pages of Star Wars. I'm like, I ain't reading that. I'll read it after the film comes out.
Why can't it be? The only thing I'm going to talk about is obviously in Empire Strikes Back. Originally, he recorded the line that Darth Vader says to Luke, "I killed your father," is what they originally recorded. That thing at the background's fake, innit?
Yeah. Yep.
Ah, love this. Dun, 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 dun. But I don't remember this. But there used to be a scary wolf-like character.
Yes, there did. Yeah, there's some new creatures. That one that was on a second ago was a new one.
And they've replaced the wolf.
The wolf scum.
Was it too scary, or did it look too naff?
I don't remember it looking naff. It just looked like a lot of the other creatures. Looked like this little dude going, "Give me a drink." I'm sure he's underage, but
the devil. There's the devil. Look, there is.
Yeah.
So Luke had to keep the secret that it was "I am your father," and apparently he has a big secret that if it gets leaked, they'll know it's him that leaked it, and he won't get paid.
Which is great. I don't know. It's bizarre. I mean, he will already have been paid. You would hope, wouldn't you?
Maybe not.
Really?
Now, I wonder why they don't accept their kind. And
more than likely because they don't buy drinks.
Yeah.
Because they're just going to fill the place up with droids. I think it's to do with the fact that droids have got recording capabilities and the bar is full of smugglers and criminals, so why the hell would they want their conversations being eavesdropped? So I think that is actually what it is.
Can you imagine... Yeah, that replaced the wolf, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine if...
I used to have Hammerhead, the action figure.
Can you imagine if you walked into a bar now and just pulled the bartender's shirt to get his attention?
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck off.
Walrus Man, I had most of these action figures.
There's a great Robot Chicken sketch where it's subtitles for this bit, and he goes, "Rrr, rrr, rrr." He doesn't like you, and he goes, "Hey man, that's not what I said at all. I said I love his shirt." And he's actually an architect, and he gets fired from his job because he's writing, his drawing hand gets chopped off.
Oh wow. I mean, that's the other part of violence, isn't it? When your arm gets lopped off by a lightsaber, but there's not really that much blood.
You don't really see much of it either. You hear a lot of it.
Which is the way it is. Not that I've ever been in a bar fight with a lightsaber, but it'd be chaotic, and you'd be like, what the hell's going on? And then it's over.
Again, minimalising what effects you need to use, so you heard the lightsaber power down, opposed to seeing it.
Yep. Nowadays, people would be all over that on Twitter, going, actually, you didn't really see the lightsaber, blah, 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 blah. Therefore, this film sucks.
There's Chewie before he got his hair washed in episode 7, where he looks like he's been using...
Vidal Sassoon.
Yes, because he's worth it.
He is.
Oh, look, fake Wookiee. Not fake Wookiee, fake Bantha.
Fake Stormtrooper getting off as well. Terrible. I used to have the double vinyl Star Wars soundtrack. It's amazing. Cantina.
I only have Empire Strikes Back on CD, and it's a two discer. And my favourite piece of music on it is the Asteroid Field.
I bought it's like a 4-disc set, I think, years ago, and it's 1, 2, and 3. It's not 1, 2, and 3, but it's Star Wars Empire Jedi, and a 4th disc of outtakes and stuff that were never used. That's really, really good.
So I've never really watched this bit before, but don't look at Han, look at Chewie, and Chewie just has his mouth open the whole time.
Chewie is like that sort of Essex bimbo, really. He's like,
oh,
what? Aye, what? What is a parsec? Pretty sure a parsec is a distance, not a time, dickhead.
Yeah, didn't he do the...
It's like, what?
The Kessel run in 12 parsecs, is that what he said?
Yeah, which is a bit like saying I did a marathon in 26 miles. You're like, alright, well, obviously. Yeah. Because a parsec is apparently a distance, not like 20 minutes or whatever. But who the hell knows? Maybe that could just be Han Solo finding out how much these two actually don't know. Go on, you two are obviously dumb arse, so I can fleece you for an extra few grand.
That's 15 when we reach August.
17.
17.
You can do maths.
You can.
Harrison Ford, whose only movie before this, I think, was American Graffiti.
It was, and he was doing the carpentry stuff, wasn't he, on this? And then, well, not necessarily on this, but he was doing carpentry stuff, and Lucas like, can you just sit in and read lines?
But he's notoriously a grumpy old man now.
Yeah, he's been quite happy with the new Ford.
Yeah.
No, he's been all over the press, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's married. He's married to Calista Flockhart. Not bad going. He still love Ally McBeal.
Now, how do you think, though, looking at Harrison Ford there, how do you think Christopher Walken, Burt Reynolds, Robert Redford, Ryan O'Neal would have done in those roles? Because that's some of the other people that were
Christopher Walken
looked at.
Christopher Walken, I would be happy with Christopher Walken. Not sure.
So would I. I want to watch that movie. Like Greedo.
This text has been this text has been changed, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. Yeah.
And there's oh god, what's his name? I want to say Frodo. That's his name.
Greedo.
Greedo, thank you.
Yeah.
Who's in, oh, here we go. They're about to digitally move hand to prove that he dodged the shot that didn't happen.
It's crazy, though, because he pulls the gun out in the original one, and there's one line that Greedo says, and then he just guns him down, and that's it. And then he gets up, flicks the money to the bartender, and he's like, sorry about the mess. And that's it, because he's a scoundrel, and that's how he survived as long as he has. And no, I don't need a Han Solo origin movie.
That was slightly better.
Yeah.
I didn't see him move. I just saw a gunshot, so I'm happy with that.
And he just gets up, look, cool as a cucumber. Sorry about that mess. Walks out. Awesome.
Chucks him what we can only assume is money, and
Yes.
not a bar mat.
Yeah, exactly.
But Greedo is in the Phantom Menace.
Is it Greedo or is it? Oh no, it probably is Greedo because Greedo's got a brother called Nido as well who looks identical.
No, I think his name gets mentioned though.
So it's actually Greedo.
I think it is
wow.
Greedo, yeah.
Foreshadowing the fact that he was alive then, but he's going to die.
Dicking about with Anakin.
You know what's weird about?
That was a short scene. Sorry.
There was an extra CG droid as well thing there. There was an extra added scene on this where it shows them knocking on more doors.
All right.
And that's also in the deleted scenes.
Isn't there a deleted scene in Empire where they've got a Wampa hidden in a room and C-3PO rips the sign off and the Stormtroopers go in?
Yeah, there is, because they catch a Wampa and it because it terrorizes the Hoth base and stuff, and that's all on the Blu-rays as well. As much as the special features kind of suck on the Blu-rays, there's a lot of decent deleted scenes just to watch out of pure curiosity's sake. I wouldn't say put them back in.
That robot looks out of place in the background. I know it was there at the time. Right, now who's he supposed to be?
He's an Imperial spy.
Right, okay.
I think he has got a name, but I can't remember what it is. But yeah, he's spying for the Imperials. So he's like, hang on a minute. Hey.
Oh, here we go.
Have you ever seen the actual uncut version?
Yes,
of the
I have.
scene where Jabba's a human?
An Irish human.
An Irish. Hello there, Han.
Han,
Top of the morning to you, Han.
Han, my boy, you know I like you, and I'm only doing it for you, so I am.
Have a cup of tea, Han. Just have one.
Is that Greedo in the background?
No, because he would be dead by now, wouldn't he?
Boba Fett?
That's probably Nido. Boba Fett's been stuck in here.
Stuck in there, he was.
Yeah, he was never. He only became popular in Empire.
Yeah.
Because he became popular in Empire not because he really did that much, but because people were like, who is this person?
Yeah,
where's he come from? He's mysterious. He's awesome.
And I felt sorry for the actor who played Boba, because obviously in the prequels they have Django, who clones a son who's Boba, and all the clone troopers are Boba Fett.
Yeah, and not one of them are Jeremy Bulloch.
No.
Who still makes a lot of money going around conventions in the UK, actually. He's always there. And he was in Robin of Sherwood as well. He was one of the villagers, was Jeremy Bulloch. But yeah, this scene, I think it was just put in for a gimmick. I think this was to try and show off how amazing the CGI was.
This version's a lot better than what we got in '97.
Yeah.
The CGI is a bit better. But, Jabba is huge in Return of the Jedi. Huge.
Yeah, and that's only how many years? Probably 5-6 years or so. I mean, that's the weird thing, isn't it? What's the time scale between this and Jedi? We know what the time scale is on the film releases, but in the storyline.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever find out, do we?
No. I remember reading somewhere that it was a good few months or whatever between Empire and Jedi.
Which is fine. I can handle that. I've never really thought about it, to be honest.
Because it does make you wonder. It's like, how long were they searching for Han before they found him on Tatooine or whatever?
The Millennium Falcon. Well, how long did it take for Luke to heal from his fight with Vader?
After his and he had his car crash.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
His car crash was between this one and Empire.
It was, hence the Wampa fight.
Wampa scratch. Yeah.
Yeah. Dodgy, scummy Imperial spy. What's weird is you watch these Blu-rays and stuff, and certainly when you watch the remastered ones on the big screen, you see all the scratches and how plasticky some of the Stormtrooper outfits look. He's like the worst shot ever as Han Solo. How he's holding a gun like that, I don't know. But he still looks cool.
Oh, do you think that was the door that Harrison Ford trapped under?
Possibly. Poor old Harrison.
CGI for sure.
I think the first part was, this part was always in there though, when it's tearing through the galaxy. Tearing through the sky, I should say. It is a very weird looking ship, but it's a cool looking ship. Have you ever spotted it in Blade Runner?
Yeah, I have. It's on one of the rooftops, yeah.
Yeah.
And Star Trek, I think it's the first of the new ones, when they come out of warp, and all the debris of all the other ships are there, and there's an R2-D2 floating through the Is
there?
Yeah.
The other cool ones I remember on Close Encounters of the Third Kind is an upside-down R2-D2 stuck to the mothership when it pans over the mountain.
Nice.
And Raiders of the Lost Ark, when they go down into the Snake Pit tomb, there's a hieroglyphics of 3PO and R2-D2 in there. And obviously you got Club Obi-Wan and all that sort of stuff, yeah. That's how big this film is. It's like people just put in jokes everywhere. Which was your favourite character when you were first watching these? You want to be more like Luke or Han?
I think it was Luke. I think
really?
As I've got older, it's Han. But I think it's going to go back to Luke in the new ones, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. I think Luke is going to be more like the Ben Kenobi type.
Yeah. We're not talking rumours, but of course everyone's like, oh, he's clearly the bad guy. And I hate that. I don't. And I say to Ellie, of course it's not going to happen because it'll be a terrible idea. And she said, but that's exactly why it's going to happen.
Oh no! Right, this scene now is bringing me back to the pink slippers.
Right.
So we've got like Leia's like, "You're right, Tarkin, you stink," and Vader's lapdog, etc., and all that sort of stuff. And apparently the boots that Peter Cushing was wearing were really, really uncomfortable, and because there were close-up scenes, he's wearing pink fluffy slippers through this entire scene. Because obviously they didn't want his feet hurting and stuff, and you don't see his feet.
Did you have a crush on Princess Leia?
Not really. There's nothing. She's not been hit by an ugly stick or anything. It's just, for me, I was like, wow, spaceships and Wookiees and explosions and all that sort of stuff. I was never like, oh, ladies, because I kept myself to myself when I was a kid. So.
Gorgeous lassie, though.
Yeah.
What was she, about 19 when she did this?
She was 19. Was her boobs stuck down with sticky tape because there were no bras in space, apparently, according to Carrie Fisher.
Yeah, she's quite whingy these days about what she got put through. But at the end of the day, it also made her career.
Yeah, it did.
We have no weapons. You must have another target, a military target.
And she was good in it.
But the second one, she's a lot more ballsy, for sure.
Yeah, she is. I mean, this is the 70s, isn't it? So she's still that sort of. The cinema around that time was very much men rule, and I'm a lady and I need men to protect me type thing. The sort of damsel in distress type thing. But then when the 80s kicked in, and then she was pretty much saving everybody else and bossing poor old Harrison around.
Isn't it weird to think that
nogging her brother?
Isn't it weird to think that that's father and daughter right now?
It is a little, yeah.
Because not only did the audience not know that, Vader didn't know that at the time either.
No, he didn't, did he?
Because did you? Oh yeah, well he knew that Padme was pregnant, didn't he? But
yeah. I don't know whether he knew about the twins. He certainly didn't know that they were called Luke and Leia.
No, I think he knew that he had a baby on the way. I don't think he knew they were twins. I don't think she knew they were twins.
No.
As if millions of voices suddenly cried out in terror.
And we're suddenly silent. Millions of voices cried out in terror when the second prequel came out as well, actually. Because I remember watching the first one, the hype for The Phantom Menace was immense.
Oh, it was huge.
And everybody was so excited. And
what was it? Remember, we've talked about this before, but what film was it everyone went to see just to see the trailer?
Yeah, it was like Meet Joe Black, The Siege, and something else, and they went in, watched the trailer, and then left. It's bizarre.
A Wookiee, you know.
I don't understand this chessboard either. It's kind of weird. I understand chess, but not quite this one.
No, I don't. I've never played on a circular chessboard with holographic images, and I've never had a Wookiee rip my arm off for.
Well, that's probably a good thing.
But you know the new strategy. Let the Wookiee win.
Let the Wookiee win. Don't ask the Wookiee to personalise your signed autograph picture. Is also another one. I know that from experience.
Really?
He does not personalise your photos. No.
Well, Peter Mayhew.
Peter Mayhew. Yep. I said, okay, any reason why you want put to Stuart on it? He went, well, because I signed lots of signatures all day, and my hand hurts. So then he wrote on the thing, best wishes, Peter Mayhew, Chewbacca, which is more letters than it would have been to write to Stuart on the picture. So, yeah. He was very grumpy that day.
Again, a very old, unwell man.
Yes.
Surprised that he's in it? Very surprised.
I mean, what else is he doing, though?
No,
other than conventions?
No, but I'm just very surprised he was fit enough to do it.
Yeah, because he was at the San Diego Comic-Con last year.
Yeah.
And he was on the panel, and he had the stick, and he was the one sitting down, and he had a helper with him and stuff, so that was noticeable, but...
No, and then you see him in the trailer, and he's standing up.
Yeah. Looking all swish with his Vidal Sassoon
hair
going.
We're home.
I think this is the same sort of room where he does the Yes, It's All True, isn't it?
Again, Luke. This time, let go.
See, again, not much has happened. It's been on an hour. And you think what's happened.
Yeah.
Well, you had the fight at the beginning. You had a bit of a let's get off this planet, which is maybe about a minute.
Yeah.
That's about it. It's not a lot happened. Very slow film.
You know, at the core of it, the story is Save the Princess.
Yep.
That's...
We're halfway through the film, they've not even met her yet. I mean, we have as the audience, but...
We're learning about the Force. And then the second one, we learn a little bit more about the Force. And then the third one, we kind of know a little bit more about the Force, sort of.
And here we've got Han going, yep, it's all twaddle and it's all crap and I don't believe in any of it. And then, jump forward to 2015, he's like, it's all true.
Yeah.
The Jedi's.
Well,
the door's falling on me.
Well, we're not talking about it.
No.
But maybe Leia had done some Force training.
Possibly. I mean, I like the fact that I can't really discuss any of the plot lines of Episode 7 anyway, because I've been lucky enough to avoid them all, so anything I say is just pure
speculation,
guesswork. Yeah, I got a clue because I've avoided it all.
There's that death ball thing again. And that's,
is that torture ball thing?
Well, it looks very similar, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I mean, why is that stuck in the middle of a desk?
But when it came on screen at first, rather than make the crack about Carrie Fisher, what I should have said was that it reminded me a lot of a scene from Flash Gordon.
Yes, which is probably on purpose as well. Yeah. It looks like a Terror Hawk.
Yeah, because remember that thing that went, Hail Flash! Hyperspace!
That's what hyperspace looks like.
They must have come out of hyperspace too soon. They're in the middle of an asteroid field.
Nope, that's Alderaan, fortunately. Poor old Jimmy Smits has been blown to bits. Gutted.
Meanwhile, several stage hands are outside
just rocking it. Yeah.
Back and forth.
More firepower than I. There's another ship coming in. Maybe they know what happened.
Is there any noise just cooler than a TIE fighter noise?
No.
No, it's not very fun. Or any bases around here, where did it come from?
Who's more...
The sort of roar of a TIE fighter is fantastic.
Who's more foolish, Stuart? The fool who follows or the fool who doesn't?
Exactly. It's like, what are you, the Riddler? I hope they do show all these films on the big screen again, because they'll make a fortune. I'd go and watch them again. I've got them at home.
I think they would have announced it by now, we're not.
Yeah, that's true.
We're not that far away, are we?
It's normally like Cineworlds and stuff that do it, though, isn't it?
Yeah. That's no moon.
It's a space station. That's one of the many Death Stars that we're going to get throughout the franchise. So a lot of people are bitching at this. I mean, it's not a spoiler because it's on the poster, but there's a Death Star type thing on there.
I was one of them.
And people are like, man, why are they doing it? Well, because that's what they do. They don't go, oh, well, we lost a battleship. Let's not ever build it.
No, I agree.
Because they are pretty effective.
No, I agree with your logic, but apparently this one doesn't destroy planets, it destroys galaxies. Yeah, solar systems. It does. How many solar systems are there? Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, it must have a pretty good range if it's going to blow a solar system that's, you know, you're not in that one. Obviously, you don't want to blow it up if you're in it, because that's kind of daft, but... If you look at some of the special features on the Blu-rays as well, it shows the model of the Death Star, and it's massive. It's well impressive.
On the Blu-ray?
Yeah, the special effects people, they'd be working on whatever, and then it's like, right, well, we're going to give you a bit of a break, go work on the Death Star for a bit, and they toddle off, and they go do some stuff with the Death Star and come back and carry on doing what they're originally doing. So yeah, it's a pretty hefty model for a lot.
To think a lot of people died on that Death Star.
A lot of civilians, not just Imperial people as well. There must have been contractors and stuff on there. Thank you, Kevin Smith, for that whole conversation. What they've also changed on a lot of these is the language on some of the signs, like the control panels and stuff.
Really?
Put this weird foreign language thing on it, yeah.
Oh.
All weird symbols and stuff.
Didn't know that.
What we used to, back in the day when you used to buy like a box of shreddies, on the back, what they used to do is there'd be like a matte painting type thing on the back of the box,
right.
And inside the shreddies you would get little stickers, and you could make like Star Wars scenes and stuff.
Oh,
so you get like this one, you get like Stormtrooper ones, you could just stick them on the back of the box and play around with them. We were easily entertained as children.
I used to have one of that for a cartoon show called The Animals of Farthing Wood.
Wow.
It was a book with all the scenes on it, and you just had those stickery things of the characters, and you could just stick them wherever you wanted. Yeah. That kept us busy for hours. That really did. And you didn't need no iPhone. And kids now got friggin' iPads and tablets, and they just shove them a tablet and go, here you go, watch CBBS.
Yeah, they do. Watch Star Wars on your tablet. That's the way it was meant to be. Yeah, right.
I love that the thing goes, he just goes, I send something I haven't sent in a very long, and he just walks off. He doesn't finish his sentence.
I love the way this Stormtrooper's carrying the gun down by his hip. That's cool.
That guy's got a rifle. He's feeling quite good about himself.
He has. The old smuggling thing.
Yep.
Very cool. Millennium Falcon's one of the coolest spaceships. I think if I had to pick any spaceship I could have, I would either have the Falcon, or I'd probably go for Star Enterprise, the 1701D, I think, because that's big.
Do you think we're going to see the smuggling ports used again in the new one?
Ooh, do you think Harrison would be able to climb in and out of them now? He might fall in one.
Yeah, maybe with a little bit of help.
Possibly. That's probably where Carrie Fisher hides her stash.
He just actually stroked Chewbacca's hair there.
Really?
Good boy, well done.
Have you ever seen the Jimmy Kimmel sketch of Harrison Ford when he's been interviewed and they bring Chewbacca on?
And they have a big reunion, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, she was my wife! How dare you!
I think there's a new one that came out a couple of days ago where they make up. But yeah, Harrison Ford, he's been doing a lot of coverage for Star Wars, and he seems really happy about it.
And he's normally not somebody that does a lot of coverage for anything, really.
That to me suggests he might have got his wish. But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't have to do this anymore.
I'm out of here. Because he's getting on as well, isn't he? He'll be just short of
70 something, yeah.
Wow.
Survived having his leg broken and survived crashing his plane on a frigging golf course.
Crazy. Some of these Imperial guys is awesome. And obviously you'll have seen the Stormtrooper smacking his
head, yeah.
Brilliant. The thing is, it's weird. You notice it now, and everybody notices it now, but I didn't know about that until...
someone pointed it out to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I've obviously seen it loads of times.
Did you actually hear the thump as well?
I don't know. You didn't originally.
No, do you think they added it in?
Because it was always a glitch. It was never, let's have one bang in his head. It was just somehow left in there. And then people then noticed it, and then it became, well, we'll put a thing on it to make it look like we always meant the stormtrooper to bang his head.
It's weird to think that we still have an hour to go.
Yep. Been on an hour and 10 minutes, and
not much has happened.
Not much has happened. Yeah. Such cool film. Why do you think people like the Star Wars movies, though?
That's what I don't know, and that's what I wanted to ask you at the start. I mean, I
don't dislike them, so I'm not like, why do people like them? I love them. I think they're great. And I don't know, it's like, why? Why do we like them? For me, pure escapism.
Yeah.
And the danger with Episode 7 is people are going to go in and watch it and try and replicate the feeling that they had when they watched, like this one, Empire and Jedi, when they were about 10 or whatever age. And you can't do it. It's impossible because we're adults now.
But it's the same as adults now who watch Doctor Who in the 70s going, no, it's not the same. Of course it's not the same. 50 years have passed. And it's the same with Star Wars. I think you just have to go in, Stuart, disengage your brain. A lot of people expect far too much from films.
Yeah, they do. And I mean, I'm fine with the level of hype. I'm not going to, because I'm not thinking I'm going to go in and feel the sense of wonder. I'm going to go in, watch the film, come out and go, that entertained me for a couple of hours. That was awesome. I'm not going to dissect it. I'm not going to go, it's not quite as good as, because we're watching Episode 4 now.
Yeah.
Nothing's really happening in it.
No, but are we going to come out speculating what happens next? You know, because I assume JJ has said that it's a complete film. You know, it's an enclosed story, but they've laid roots to a sequel.
But so was Star Wars, though. I mean, you watch this one.
Yeah,
self-contained. Yeah, the only one that's not really self-contained is Empire.
Yeah. But obviously, you are going to go away thinking, because they are doing. You know, when Star Wars came out, they weren't making Empire. When Phantom came out, we knew they were doing Clone and Sith.
Yeah. And now we know that we're going to get
8 and 9.
Episode 8, Episode 9, and stuff like that. The hardest part of being a Star Wars film was waiting between Empire and Jedi. That was the longest 3 years ever, because it's one of the best endings ever, because it's grim. You're like, what's happened to Han Solo? Where's everybody going? How's he going to live? Oh my God, 3PO's been blown to bits. And as a kid, you were like, I really need to know what's happened.
Yeah.
So it was a painful time to wait until Jedi came out.
It's a rarity in which the bad guys win.
Yeah.
Chub.
But it was great. But no, this was a self-contained film. They could easily have done Star Wars and never done any more, and nobody would have been none the wiser. But you wouldn't have felt cheated or whatever.
I love that Chewie's like, no, you're not putting cuffs on me. Okay, Han, you can do it. Implying what they get up to in their spare time.
Well, exactly. 50 Shades of Wookiee.
Although, is it not true that Han used to be part of the Empire as a young man, and then he ends up freeing Chewie?
Oh, don't
And that's how they became friends? I'm pretty sure that was canon for a bit, and that's how they came to be. But again, you didn't ask any of this, you didn't care. You know, you just got a cool smuggler, his pal, the walking carpet, who gets caught up in a crusade by an old man and a young boy. You wouldn't know, it was the 70s, alright. And, you know.
Ben will fix it, don't worry about it.
Oh, very well.
Yeah.
And you just got swept up in it all, didn't you? That droid had boobs. And we're not winding it, but she did. 1 hour 12, that robot had boobs.
Have you ever had a Stormtrooper helmet and turned it upside down? It's amazing. It's like a little smiley face on it. It's fantastic. you ever see a toy with a Stormtrooper? Just take it, turn it upside down, and look at that weird smiley face. It's amazing. I don't know whether that's on purpose or not. But
do you like the fact that they brought back the Stormtroopers in 7, but they've clearly updated them?
Yes, because they would keep the Stormtroopers. But I still love the way that these ones look. They look cool, but you know, it's not feasible, is it? 30-odd years, you're not going to have the same military uniform, really, are you? So you need to change.
There's that feeling he sensed that he's not felt in a very long time.
Yes.
What I liked about the prequel trilogy is that, you know, he goes, oh, at last we meet again, and it's nice that you know what happened in that last fight. Obi-Wan tore him apart, you know.
Because that was always written. if you pick up the novelization of Star Wars: A New Hope, the first chapter is the backstory of the Empire, Ben Kenobi, the fight on the lava planet, and all that sort of stuff. So that was always written, and that was back from the late 70s. If you pick up the novel, and if you ever see it in a bookshop or whatever, the Star Wars actual book thing, just have a look at the first few pages, and it is to do with the backstory.
And that is an amazing scene. That is a beautiful scene where it goes, "You're my brother Anakin. You were supposed to bring balance to the Force."
Yeah.
Oh, destroying the cameras.
Smart move. And not long after, we get the old mention of 1138, which is in most of George Lucas's films.
Yeah, was that not his student film at university?
Yeah,
THX.
It's awful. Yeah.
Is it really awful?
Yeah. It's very, very arty. You're like, oh, give me a break. So yeah, I'm not a fan of THX 1138.
I love it.
I suppose without that, we wouldn't.
I love Han's chat here. Everyone's fine. Everyone's great. Just a weapon malfunction.
Boring conversation anyway. Look, we're going to have company. Very cool.
Again, if you go watch Family Guy's version of A New Hope, and when they do this, it's obviously Peter who's Han Solo, and he just puts on a pair of headphones and goes, now back to the Han hour, and he's just a radio host. And halfway through escaping the garbage disposal thing,
the Dianoga. See, I know the names.
Yeah, he finds a sofa. This is a great sofa. We're taking this sofa.
Wow.
Aren't you a little...
The thing is, it's like, aren't you a little short to be a stormtrooper? Well, no, he's not, because the uniform fits him. And Luke's not that small, is he?
There's an awful lot of leg and bum there in Carrie Fisher I've never noticed before.
There is. Well, that's because you're an older,
I'm an older boy.
More wide-awake adult.
So she knows him as Ben Kenobi.
She does know him as Ben Kenobi, yeah. But you've got to wonder how she knows Ben Kenobi. Because I don't know how she knows him. Because he's been on Tatooine in exile for years.
Well, apparently her father knew him and mentioned him.
Jimmy
Smits, a.k.a.
Thingy Organa, Bail Organa.
Bail Organa, yeah.
Yeah. Because he wasn't the original cast, was he? Jimmy Smits. He was recast. Somebody else did it, and then they recast him as Jimmy Smits, which is cool.
Really?
Yeah. And because Ben delivered the kids, didn't he? Delivered Luke, not delivered as in like meh, but hand-delivered to Bail Organa.
Yeah, Leia.
And Baru.
Yeah, Leia went to Bail because Bail Organa said, "My wife and I have always wanted a daughter."
Yeah.
So they take her to Alderaan, and one of the last shots is the ship. So one of the ending shots is that ship, and then the starting shot is that ship.
Did a laser blast made by hitting metal cables.
Really?
Boing. Yep.
Wow.
Old Ben Burt, who did the voice of Wally, does all the
Wally.
stuff.
Here we go, the first time all of our heroes are together.
1 hour and 17 minutes into it. That's the first time they all meet. They're about to jump into that horrible garbage pit.
When did Leia have time to do her lipstick?
I don't know. I suppose she was in that prison cell a lot. But you've got to wonder why they would let her take a lipstick in there.
Oh, a handsome boy is coming to save me.
We're getting a smack in the head in a second now. I think just when it cuts back and they open the door, it's like thunk.
And when Han runs down the hallway, guns blazing, gets to the end of it, and the original there was about 7 or 10 of them.
Yes.
Remake was about 100.
There is, yep.
The Battle of Yavin is a lot different as well.
The Battle of Yavin's a lot different. I think the main changes on this are addition of extra stormtroopers, all that crap at Mos Eisley, and added dewbacks, and a lot of ships and stuff to try and make the... See, I'm a firm believer in a film should be what it was at the time it came out, so it just kicked his ass.
Kicked him to get down, yeah.
And there's so many innuendos in Star Wars, it's absolutely insane. Have you never done that thing? It's like, in the Star Wars thing, there's so many lines you could use that just sound like pure film.
Yeah.
I don't care. Get in there, I don't care what you smell. Cover me, Porkins. Judge me by my size. Nope, as well you should not. That sort of stuff. It's just littered with dialogue that just sounds like pure filth.
I like Chewie's approach to getting out the door, just bashing buttons until something happens.
Hitting it. Well, that's he's obviously got a future in IT there, I think.
Have you tried turning it on and off again?
He's tried shooting against the magnetically sealed walls. Oops, that's not working. Oh, balls.
We're all strangers and we're all just going to shout at one another.
Exactly. I don't even know your name. Who are you? Oh, you're the one that's going to give me money. No.
Yep, here's your bag of silver. Here's your bag of gold.
Yeah.
I've done my part. I'm out of here. Oh, but we could really use you. No, I'm out of here.
Nope. I'm here for the money. Here's your Dianoga weird creature thing.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah. There's the famous story about Luke going, oh, I found stuff here. Is it Dianoga poo-poo? And George Lucas went a bit mental going, stop acting like a child. The thing is, it's like, if you look, they're all stood up, right? He gets pulled under. Where's he gone? Where is he? That thing's only about, 30 centimetres deep? But for some reason, there must be some sort of cavern in there that he's been pulled into or whatever. Because he's disappeared. He's come back out now with his hair looking all slick.
She gets all panicky.
She does. He drew the short straw getting drowned in that lot, didn't he?
Yep. Well, they couldn't have, let's be honest, if she went under the water, she'd come back all nips.
Yeah, exactly. She'd come back all nips and the sticky tape would have fell off.
Yep.
And Chewbacca, well, I don't know what he'd look like. He'd look like a cat in the rain, wouldn't he?
See, what was quite nice there was, again, Leia saved the day in a way, because she one of us has to do something, and she does.
And she does. She saves them all out. Yeah, she sorts them all out.
Truly does.
So none of this, women are oppressed crap. She's one of the toughest ones in it. Even with her headphone hairdo.
However, not one single black guy, not one single Chinese person, not one single Asian.
No, who was on about that? Stu Miller was on about that.
No Mexican.
But a lot of the film's not like that.
No.
I mean, we've got James Earl Jones's voice.
Then you've got Lando.
You may have that. You had Lando in the second and third one.
Oh yeah, I'm only yanking your chain.
Oh yeah, no. A lot of people are though. They're going, oh, they got to have Chinese people. Like what? No, just.
But now there's a petition to boycott Episode 7 because it's got a black man in it.
Is it because it's got a black man in it, or because there's not enough black men in it?
It's because it's got a person of colour, is what they're saying.
So are these the same people that now don't watch Empire and Jedi then, because Billy D. Williams is in it?
And Darth Vader. Anybody?
Yeah, it's bizarre. I mean, the thing is, like, people complain that there's not enough colour,
and then they complain
in these, but we've only got like 4 characters in it. And 2 of them are brother and sister, but we don't know yet, so they've kind of got to be the same colour.
Why are they?
You got Chewbacca, he ain't white. Oh, bang in the head now. Look. Oh, no, thunk! Dozy beggar.
And no one noticed it?
No, I didn't. No, I'd seen this film 50, 60 times by then, I never even noticed it. It was only when it was on one of these things you may never have seen shows, and you're like, oh crap, I'm going to go back and watch my oh yeah, so it is. It's a bit like when one of the raptors falls over in Jurassic Park and you see a hand pulling it back up. I never noticed that until about 5 years.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, it's when just before it enters the kitchen in Jurassic Park 1, it sort of leans over and you see his hand come over and pull it back up. It's quite weird and bizarre. It's one of the good things about going to Comic-Cons, and when you see people dressed up as stormtroopers, you're like, that's just one of the coolest outfits ever.
And they've all got the voice things as well, don't they?
Yep. Impressive. I don't think that's going to work, Chewie. He's trying to...
But he's surely the strongest one out of a lot of them.
Oh, easily. Well, him or Leia, I think.
I like how he just shoves Leia up there. Just like, look, if you're going to go first, Mrs.
Yeah.
Or he's trying to get his end away. It's one of them.
I think he is, because he grabs a boob in Return of the Jedi when they're trying to break in the Imperial place.
Oh, in the Force Generator place?
Yeah, he like touches her boob and then takes his hand off. So that's still in the film.
Right,
that's
boy.
quite funny.
Definitely. Yeah, look, right in the hips.
Yep.
To be fair, they're all...
That's what it means by A New Hope. That's Han going, well, at least I don't have to have no Wookiee anymore. Woohoo! I can have me a human woman. One day I'll make her a slave.
Hurry up, R2.
R2 is one of the heroes as well.
Yeah, but he always does it at the last second.
Yeah, he does. He's just sadistic. Just a sadistic little droid.
No, shut them all down. Hurry.
This is like the first major action sequence, 1 hour 25 into the... Most films will be winding up now.
Phew.
That was close. I made those doors go back.
Oh no, I killed them. I was too late.
He was originally supposed to sound like a car salesman, was C-3PO. Sort of all cocky and this, that, and the other.
Much like Joan Rivers' version in Spaceballs.
Oh god, I can't watch Spaceballs.
Can you not?
No, it takes the mickey out of Star Wars, I don't like it.
Oh, I love not even for the bit where John Hurt's in it at the end in the restaurant and an alien bursts out of his stomach.
Oh, God.
And he just goes, oh, not again. But the wee alien puts on a top hat and a key and he goes, hello, my baby, hello, my darling, hello, my ragdown girl.
Wow. I may watch that again at some point, but...
Just YouTube the end bit. That's all you need to know. Or, what's the name? Barf. Part dog, part man. I'm my own best friend. And instead of Jabba the Hutt, it's Pizza the Hutt.
Jeez, Dark Helmet.
Dark Helmet.
Yeah, see the language, it's all like weird symbols. And
Oh, what did it say before?
I think it was actually in English. Before.
She's dried her hair quite quickly.
So's Chewie. My Chewie was alright, didn't get too wet though, did he?
Here, you big coward. Chewie, come here.
But they are cool films though.
Yeah.
Now on. You do as I tell you. Okay?
Sometimes it's easy just to forget talking and just to watch the film.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think we've had a few of those moments where we've just actually been too busy watching it. I can't hear it at your end. Can you hear it at my end?
I can hear what you're watching.
All right.
And it syncs up with what I'm watching, so... Yeah,
considering
cool.
we're in two different places, we managed to sync it. That's not bad going.
Yeah. See, Ben Kenobi is only 6 feet off the ground when he's doing that.
Is it really?
Yeah, I was watching a film of that this morning.
Is it on?
And it's like when Luke and Leia do the swing across the gap, they're about 30 feet across. They were only allowed to do it once, and Ben Kenobi's only 6 feet off the ground.
See, that's cool, because that's all matte painting then, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. The matte work and stuff.
What was that you watched it on, just so I can watch it after?
It was on the final disc of the Blu-ray set. There's like a making of Star Wars documentary for about 50 minutes.
All right. It's on my version. I'll give it a watch because it's quite the special features are quite sparse on the Blu-ray set I have.
I used to have one called the Executor box set, which is a massive VHS one, big tin box, and that went missing. I don't know where that went, but it went missing. And that had a lot of really good special features and stuff on it. But I don't have a videotape player anyway now, so there we go. This will be hand-legging it after about 6 stormtroopers.
Well, what I like is that they're legging it as well. But you shot one of them and they're legging it. Look.
Yeah. Why don't they just gun him down?
And then to lead him...
And then bang. CG, loads more stormtroopers.
Yeah, there was never that many, was there?
No, there wasn't. There was maybe a few more, but not many. But you can see why they changed that part.
Yeah, and it's fine. It's just...
It's weird.
For us. Ooh.
Yeah, and Carrie Fisher was saying that they wanted to do that, or she wanted to do that swing across the gap more than once, because she said it's like the upside down roller coaster thing. When you do it once and you're petrified, and then you go, right, I want to do it again now, and I'll enjoy it. But they never let them do it more than once. Oh. They only got to swing once.
Probably insurance reasons as well.
Probably.
Here's the classic Star Wars music coming into film.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry, guys, everyone's going to be okay.
Very sort of Indiana Jonesy, isn't it?
There's a great game, arcade game, it's Star Wars, and you can take 2 Jedi, New Hope and Empire, and it's a different level. So I'm trying to remember. I genuinely think for a New Hope, it's the Battle of Yavin that you do, and you have to destroy the Death Star. Empire, it's Hoth, and you have to take down the 1880s. AT&T, which became a phone service in America.
Do you know what ATAT stands for? Just to test your Star Wars knowledge.
All-terrain attack, some tank, I don't know.
All-terrain armored transport.
Oh, I wasn't that far off.
Yeah. And then I think ATST is all-terrain scout transport, I think, for the little walkers in Jedi.
And then the third one was you had to go through what's the name of the forest?
Endor.
Thank you.
Endor,
yeah, you go around there on a speeder, and you have to like shoot the speeders ahead of you, and then you have to shoot stormtroopers, and you have to bring down the force fields. Then you get a bonus level where you have to bring down Death Star 2, and then it ends with a lightsaber fight between you and Vader. It was really cool.
Nice.
I must have spent a friggin' fortune on that.
I've spent a lot of hours on the new Star Wars Battlefront game.
Is it good?
It's like Call of Duty Online, but it's Star Wars, so it's awesome. You know, shooting stormtroopers and all sorts.
Is there like a story to it, or is it just everyone?
No.
See that?
No, I mean, there are some single-player missions where you get, for example, you've been dumped on Tatooine and you've got to wait until your transport arrives. You've got to defend yourself against waves of stormtroopers and stuff like that. But it is pretty much just a combat thing. But you've also got the spaceship battle scenes, so you could be an X-Wing, you can be a Falcon, you can be a TIE Fighter, and so on. And it is just very arcadey, but it's so much fun because it's Star Wars.
Well, the only thing that bothers me about it is that it's an online. Is there a subscription? Do you have to pay to play it?
Nope. No, you need an online thingy.
All right.
So your Xbox Live or your PlayStation Plus, but you don't pay anything beyond playing the game.
Well, I've only got a PS3, so it's not happening for me anytime soon. So.
No, because is it out for PS3?
No, just PlayStation 4. No.
Oh, damn.
It makes sense,
Yeah.
Sony have to move forward. So here we are, our first big lightsaber fight.
We are. And that's the good thing about the prequels, though, is we got to see...
Proper.
And it's also one of the problems, isn't it, with putting them all in the sort of order, is why can he not fight as good as he used to?
Yeah.
He was amazing. He could spin around and stuff, but nope.
Well, he's an old man now as well. He probably hasn't been in a fight for about 30 years.
Oh, that's true.
We are ready for our friends.
It's one of the iconic shots of the old Ben Kenobi and Vader having a fight. Like, that sort of shot, that was used in so many magazines.
But
so many cereal boxes and stuff.
Weren't the lightsabers plugged in as well here?
I think they were plugged in. Sometimes they used glass ones, which they just kept shattering, so you'd have to keep replacing them. I think sometimes it's probably broom handles or whatever, so it's very different than the way they make films now.
But we're not going to, have experienced lightsaber fights in the well, I suppose between Luke and whoever.
Yeah, the guy with the cross thingied one.
Yep, Kylo Ren. Yeah,
that's the one. Yeah, you've got to have lightsaber things. And Ben sacrifices himself.
Did we miss the bit where he says, "If you strike me down now"?
No, that's been on, yeah. Strike me down, I will become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Alright, we're also too busy gabbing, right, okay.
Yeah. And you got Leia going, get your arse on the ship.
Here comes Vader.
Oh.
Haha. Come on, Luke. It looks not a bad shot.
No, it's pretty good.
You would have been a bit freaked out if you suddenly heard someone who you've known... Well, he's obviously known Ben a while, hasn't he? Because he's like, I wonder if he means old Ben. But you'd be a bit freaked out that you saw him get struck down, and then you just hear him going, "Run, Luke, run!"
You'd be like, hang on a minute.
I've got space dementia. I just heard some. No.
This is all a big ruse, isn't it, to just track him back to Yavin.
Oh yeah, they haven't they put
sneaky.
They put a tracer
tracking device. Yep.
Pretty dodgy green screen there. It's rare, but
Well, a lot of it's been cleaned up during the TIE Fighter battle that's coming up. The old they're coming in too fast, all that sort of stuff. They've cleaned up a lot of the matte lines.
Greg Kidd, now don't get cocky.
But again, things like the matte lines and stuff, you never noticed as a kid.
No.
It's only as things get more high definition and people start watching them on HD TVs and stuff that you see all these green screens and blue screens. And I mean, it would have been blue screen back then, wouldn't it?
I always loved this bit. I think this is one of the music as well was just brilliant.
This was the sequence that was always shown on TV programs where they're like, I'm going to show a clip from the new Star Wars. It was always a bit from this because it made you like, yep, I know what I'm getting. I want to watch it now.
I never understood the targeting system when they're fighting the time. I never quite understood it.
No.
I like
that
that
makes no sense.
Yeah.
Does it? You're like, what's all that about?
I love like the first day filming and Harrison Ford turns to George Lucas. How do you fly this thing?
Do you know what TIE Fighter stands for? As in TIE?
TIE? No.
Like a quiz.
No.
Twin Ion Engine.
Twin Ion Engine. Is that why it's got the two wings?
I think so, yeah. It's that awesome sound of the TIE Fighter.
It's a great sound.
Just like a roar, isn't it?
Is there anything on the making of it that tells you how they did the sounds?
I think it goes into all the laser blast and stuff like that. I think it does because on the special features, thankfully there is a play all option on the special features, and I think for episodes 1, 2, and 3, you've got about 5 hours worth of special features, and 4, 5, and 6, you've got about another 5 hours. So I pressed play one day, just kind of drifted in and out and watched as much as I could.
Well, that might be what I do tomorrow. So
it's quite interesting. I think the original films, they're more interesting to watch the making of than the prequels.
Yeah, because the prequels are all just CGI nonsense now, isn't it?
It kind of is, other than Phantom Menace, because there's not as much CGI in that as you think there is going to be. There's a fair bit, but there's not as much as Attack of the Clones or Revenge of the Sith. That's just taking it to crazy levels. A la Hobbit.
Well, they just shot all of it in Australia at 20th Century Fox on green screens.
Yep. Which is nuts. I wonder if he's wearing his slippers again. Old Peter Cushing.
You can't quite see his eyes, can you?
Oh, Vader?
Yeah.
No.
Look at her, she's like, they obviously let us get away.
I mean, this film, when it came out, everybody knows it was a big film when it came out, but it was huge. I mean, everybody was playing Star Wars in the playgrounds. It was no longer cowboys and Indians. It was rebels and Imperials and stuff like that. It was mental. Star Wars on cereal boxes, Star Wars. The amount of knockoff Star Wars soundtracks there were. Like, Star Wars soundtrack played by the New York Pops Orchestra and all that sort of stuff. It was nuts. It was just everywhere.
Look at the left and right of your frame when it's at the shot behind them. Have they added in something that makes it look like it's more of the ship?
I'm not sure.
That looks a bit weird.
I think they may have. Not sure.
Again, we're back to quiet moments.
We are. That's because we're staring at the screen going, So we've had a little bit of an action sequence. We're 1 hour 37 into the film. It is surprising how slow, but still awesome.
And here's where Luke reveals he's got a little bit of a crush on his sister.
That's just wrong, isn't it?
But we didn't know.
No, even till, Empire didn't know. It always makes you a little bit uncomfortable when they have a bit of a smooch in Empire and Luke puts his hands behind his head. He's like, ha ha ha.
Yeah, but she's only doing that to make Han jealous.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty sure that wasn't in it before, was it? That red planet?
No, that looks a little bit different. Yeah, it looks like an addition. And we're into Yavin. Or one of the moons of Yavin. For anybody who wants to get really accurate.
Again, that always looked cool, that place. I don't know where they filmed that.
No, I used to know. I know Hoth was done in Norway, I think.
What was it?
Endor was done in the US. Tatooine was Tunisia. Or Tunisia, as they call it, for some weird reason. I've forgotten where they filmed the Yavin stuff.
Oh.
Or the exteriors of it, anyway.
That's the second time she said our only hope.
Have you ever managed to hear where apparently Carrie Fisher calls
Oh yeah, when he
Admiral Mark or whatever?
yeah.
Dodgy blueprint. No, it's not.
It's when after the Battle of Yavin and they've landed, he comes out of his X-wing, and does he not call her Carrie?
Somebody calls somebody their real name rather than their
I'm pretty sure he
acting.
goes Carrie, and they just carry on.
Wow.
That was a weird transition. That was all diamondy. See, that just looks gorgeous.
Yeah, we got it. Wonky blueprints, because you've got the circular bit on the equator of the Death Star, which isn't the way that it actually looks if you look at the plans.
And you've got a bunch.
It's wrong, look.
And you've got a bunch of extras, not really sure what they're doing.
You have?
He's like, whatever, man, whatever.
I used to shoot womp rats. What the hell's a womp rat? Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah, you don't need to worry about it. You just need to know that I used to shoot womp rats no bigger than that back home.
And then we've got in this edition as well the added Biggs reunited scene, which was never in the original either.
Oh look, another R2 droid.
Oh, there's lots of them. Everybody gets one.
I remember a scene with Biggs.
Yeah, I was only in the special edition. But I think there was like a glimpse of him in the thingy, but it was never a conversation.
The 97 edition?
Yeah.
I can't remember if Biggs bites the big one or
not. Possibly, because it's Wedge that's in all three.
Yeah, we've got Wedge, because
yeah.
that's Ewan McGregor's uncle, yeah.
Yeah. Or Kit Curran, if I remember him from. He used to do a show in Scotland where he was a DJ or whatever, called the Kit Curran Radio Show. That was an awesome sitcom, played by old Dennis Lawson. Yeah, lots and lots of extras.
I'm pretty sure there was a video game on one of the bonuses where you could fly a T-16. Which was,
really?
Yeah. I might be making that up, but I'm pretty sure that was a thing. Not sure what that's supposed to represent. The countdown never matches up, does it?
No, it doesn't, does it? Like 12 seconds, you look at it, it's like 30. You're like, well, okay, so in 30 seconds you should be within range. Well, we range in 12 minutes. You're like, I don't understand what. It's a bit like the star dates in Star Trek. They don't really add up either. Stardate 126934. What? That's hard. Do you think that's all full of money, or is that full of like food and fuel?
Probably just everything, yeah. It's a lot of stuff, isn't it?
I always like to think that was just filled with
coins, gold.
yeah, gold press latinum.
Yeah, they gave it all to him one penny.
Why wouldn't he stick around though? It's like he's there to. He's got Jabba after him, which we didn't really learn until Empire or whatever. But
we know about it now, don't we?
Oh yeah,
but doesn't he say to Chewie before the whole Jabba thing? Doesn't say we could pay him off?
I think so, yeah.
It goes to show how much attention we've been paying.
Well, no, I think it does. I mean, on this one we've got the volume down and stuff, and I think no matter how many times you've seen a film, maybe it's an age thing or whatever, but I don't tend to remember a lot of the dialogue from some stuff now. It's a bit like if somebody says to me, right, Fraser, what's your phone number? You go, Or if they go, just write it down, you're like, I can write it down easy enough, but ask me to read it out. I can't remember. Which postcode? I don't know. Which is your favourite ship? Is it like X-Wings, Y-Wings, B-Wings, A-Wings?
I love the Y-Wings.
They look stronger. They look really tough.
Yeah,
I think so. We saw a Y-Wing in a second. There was one in the background.
All right.
The yellow one.
Was that not a B-Wing?
No, the B-Wings just look like big sticks.
They're quite flat, aren't they?
Yeah, they're flat with a little sort of bubble at the end. Look like ball pens.
I love the B-Wings as well.
Yeah, it's a Y-Wing right at the back there with a yellow thing on. Well, now it's gone. It was there a minute.
Is that a B-Wing in the background?
I think that's a Y-Wing in the background.
Right. And they obviously their axis is coming a Y shape.
Well, they don't tend to have an axis. It's just the way that the jets are positioned. When you look at it from the top, it kind of looks a bit like a Y. I think the only ones that can have movable wings are the X-Wings and the B-Wings. And here's your Bigsy scene, which is never in the theatrical. Because that was a big thing when they're like, we're going to do special editions and you're going to get the scene with Biggs. You're like, oh, wow, Biggs. Because we all knew who he was.
Not on your life. That little droid and I have been through a lot together. You okay, R2?
Luke matures so much between this one. And then, in this one, in Empire, he's still a little bit of a... He's
a bit whiny.
But whiny. Even in the second one, he's like, "But I gotta save my friend," and he's very impatient. And that great scene.
Damn it, Yoda! I need to know it all now.
And I need to know the Force now. Even now, I need to save my friends. Like, you're not ready. I am ready. Anyway, and then he goes in and he does that test and he fights Vader, but it's himself.
Yep.
Which was quite cool and scary at the time. But then when you finally do see him in Jedi, he does give off that air of I am a Jedi. He
does. You've got like Han going, "Oh God, we're all gonna die." He's like, "Don't worry about it."
And that great scene where he salutes R2 and the lightsaber pops out. And if you watch the original trailer, in that scene the lightsaber's blue in the trailer, but obviously it's green in the final cut. Have you watched the additional scene of him finishing his lightsaber in Jedi?
I don't believe
it's in the special features if you watch it on the Blu-ray. There's a deleted scene where he's in a cave somewhere. And it's him finishing his new lightsaber, building his own lightsaber.
There's somewhere in one of these Rebel pilots, one of them is a woman, but they dubbed her over with somebody else's voice. There is a Rebel woman pilot in there. And lots of CG extra ships as well.
That's a lot of ships, isn't it?
Yeah, there was only about 7, I think, in the original version.
Again, makes sense. And they don't look terrible, do they?
No, they don't. No, it's not like you've put thousands of them.
Have you watched the George Lucas edition of the Force Awakens trailer?
No.
It's hilarious. You should give it a watch.
No, I'll watch it after the film, I think. So I'm on lockdown.
They've just added in tons of TIE fighters and X-Wing shit. You know, they've just went over the top with CGI and all the shots.
It's nuts. This is nice not having lens flare in it.
Well, hopefully we're not going to get lens flare. Apparently they've held back on it, so... But that's just his style, do you know what I mean? That's his choice.
It is. They need to just...
I think I saw... Oh no, I thought that was a female pilot, but it was...
Woman. Yeah, there is one. I've seen a screen grab of it, and I'm like, oh yeah. Oh, you get a bunch of Y-wings in this one.
See, I didn't know. I thought they were B-wings, and I don't know why.
No, the B-wings, you see more B-wings in Return of the Jedi, and they just look like a lolly stick with a little thing on the head, on the top, like a small B. So you'll see a lot of those in Jedi.
Where's Mon Mothma?
Oh, yeah, she's nowhere to be seen, is she?
And where's
General, what's his name?
Admiral
Akbar. He's on the planet Calamari.
It's a trap. Love that guy.
And Niem Num.
He just goes, yeah.
He looks like a penis. Every time he's on the net, it's like, he looks like a dick. I'm like, thanks for that.
Is that the guy who's with Lando?
Yeah. His head looks like a penis.
Oh, what's the name of Jabba's wee pal?
Salacious Crumb.
Yeah, he just goes...
Straight out of Jim Henson, isn't he? His Porkins.
Oh,
yeah, straight out of Jim Henson.
I mean, good on Porkins. He gets a pretty good shot in.
Yeah, he does.
But you can't help but feel they're merely denting the surface.
Yes, exactly.
Famous last words. No, I'm alright.
That counter, 19. It was on 30 about 5 minutes ago. Peter Cushing is not happy.
And they're also saying it's in range in 7 minutes when that screen clearly said 20.
It did.
You're not hearing things, Luke.
It's like, what? I think I'm cracking up. I can hear Alec Guinness.
Uh-oh.
This is where it gets heavy, though, when the TIE fighters come in. You're like, come on.
And then Vader's got his own personal ship.
Yes,
it's not there.
Different shaped wings.
Yeah.
No, it's not there yet. It'll come in. But I would highly recommend watching these on the big screen, not anywhere.
If I get the chance.
I'm a bit like that with Blade Runner. It's like the moment they show that on the big screen, then I can get to it. I'm going to go watch it, even though I've got it on DVD.
Is that Vader?
No, Vader is... he's in the bendy thing. He's got the bendy wings. So he will come in. He comes in with 2 new people in a second.
It's amazing.
It's like, you two, come with me.
It's amazing how quickly Luke has learned to fly an X-Wing.
Well, he used to fly Target Womp Rat.
Yeah,
fly through the needle and all that sort of stuff.
And a completely different ship.
Did you ever manage to track down the Star Wars audio plays?
No, I didn't know.
They're really good. So it goes into all this, how he's a good pilot, and he threads a needle on Tatooine and all that sort of stuff. It's clever.
Plus, his dad was a great pilot, so he must be too,
Yeah, his dad wasn't that good a pilot.
Yeah, but there'll also be elements of it. But there is a bit where he goes, the Force is strong with this one.
Yes, I sense he's my child. Yeah, I don't think there's any way that Lucas thought, I'm going to make this thing. Because he's got on record saying he never realised he would be able to make any more. So this was always a self-contained film. And I'm sure he hoped he could do other ones.
Hey,
This one
that's
made
why
a stupid amount of money.
Yeah.
There we go. There's Darth going off in his little ship.
Oh yeah, the studio straight away would have went, well, that went well. Let's do another one.
Because there was the old story where George Lucas was showing a temp cut to a bunch of people and he'd intercut black and white dogfighting scenes into the space battles. And Spielberg was there and all these other filmmakers were there and 90% of them came out going, what the frick was that?
Yeah.
Spielberg went, I love it, it's going to work.
Yeah.
Because he could see what it was going to become, but it's... that must have been really weird.
Oh yeah, if the producers lost faith in them left, right and centre.
Yeah, it's only $10 million budget as well. So that's still $10 million, but nowadays it's nothing, is it?
But it paid off for them.
Yeah, it certainly did. Even just the merchandising.
And here we are. God knows how many years later, you and I are sitting, spending 2 hours of our day
Yeah.
talking about it while watching it,
And half of the planet is getting so giddy and excited about the 7th Star Wars, or technically it's like the 9th, isn't it? Because we've got Caravan of Courage and Battle for Endor, a couple of movies as well. So
and the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Is that technically not a television?
It's on YouTube.
So there we go. I've still never watched that.
Well, we were supposed to be watching it as part of Watch Bad Movies with Great Comedians next week, but unfortunately it's been cancelled.
Oh no.
I know. Devastated.
It's probably because Billy didn't want to watch Star Wars Holiday Special.
Didn't George Lucas make sure that every single copy was destroyed?
Yeah, you can't do that nowadays, can you?
Nope.
One person's got it, then
everyone's got it.
Yeah.
Sounds a bit like like chlamydia.
Yeah, it does.
See, I always felt that, how they've got the little medals or insignias on their jackets here, they always look like strepsils to me. The packets.
It could well have been some of the props that they used. I think Phantom Menace, Qui-Gon's communicator was actually a lady shape.
Yeah.
So things like that. You got to work with what you've got, I suppose. And it was the budget on the visual effects and models for Star Wars was $3.5 million out of 10.
Jeez.
So that's quite a chunk. But the salaries would have been next to nothing. I think the only two people who would have been able to get a reasonable paycheck would have been Alec Guinness and Peter Cushing.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Do you remember the original teaser trailer for Empire, where it was all just drawings and a voiceover?
No.
Again, you need to look it up. It was just because they hadn't shot anything, so it was just the storyboards and concept art.
I do remember getting so excited about Empire coming out, though. Those are my heydays as being a film fan. That and then waiting for Jedi to come out. It was so long.
I love how it's like, I can't hold them. It's like, you're not doing anything. You're just waving your ship back and forth.
Seriously good model work, though.
Yeah.
Very, very impressive.
Well, isn't it just... It's all on tennis tables, isn't it?
Yeah. Tennis tables, and then they invented the what do they call it? The certain type of camera shots that they could do. Absolutely insane.
Oh, there's Wedge.
Yay. It is a shame he's not going to be in the new one, but he apparently said he'd get really bored and he's not interested. So.
Yeah, he was quite vocal about it as well.
What's all that about? Yeah. Oh, it's on 10 now, that counter.
9. There's a stray hair there in Peter Cushing. No one picked up on that.
It's only from his pink slippers, though. So.
Not a lot of rebels have survived his run, have they?
No, not a lot. So do you think Ellie will enjoy watching these again? You mentioned you're going to watch them with her before Force Awakens.
I think she will.
Good.
There's a massive difference between this one and Empire.
Yeah, there is. And there's a massive difference between Empire and Jedi.
Well, you say that, but I feel they're quite similar. Maybe, I mean, I haven't watched them in a while either, so maybe I will notice the difference. Return of the Jedi is family friendly, well, I feel like Empire's not.
No, Empire's quite dark and grim. And again, when you watch Empire, not a lot happens in it. You know, there's not much that happens in the Yoda sequences. The highlights obviously got to be like the asteroid battle and the AT-AT battle, and then the last 30 seconds, you know, the escape from Cloud City and stuff.
I like it when they do go to Yoda because it's just a puppet and it's just brilliant. It just becomes very Jim Henson-y.
Yeah, it does. Fuzzy Bear modelling him, you know, below.
Oh look, there's his eyes. First time we see his eyes. Have you seen any of the original clips where it's actually Dave Prowse's voice?
Oh yeah, hey, bloody heck! Yeah, with his Yorkshire.
I want those star plans now, my lad. Oh, is he going to do it, Stuart? Is he going to do it?
I think he might. Oh no, he's not.
Is that Biggs?
I think that's Biggs. It's gone.
Bye, Biggs. R.I.P. Biggs.
Yeah. Gone. Luke will sort it out.
He's thinking, my pink slippers are in my caravan. This bit is great as well, when he goes, trust me Luke, use the Force. This bit's amazing.
Switch it off. Your targeting computer's off. Yeah, it's crashed. Don't work.
Here it comes.
So I don't understand the targeting system, so I'm just not going to bother with it, to be honest, because it makes no sense. It's just squares.
Basically, the computer says fire now. Don't fire now.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. The Force is strong with this one.
Switch it off. Your midichlorians are through the roof.
His computer's off. Look, you switched off your targeting computer. What's wrong?
You notice the rebels are all quite old as well.
Yeah, they are. Such fun films.
Come on.
Just blast Vader. How can you miss at that range? All you can hit is a droid at that range. That's terrible.
If you meant it, it's a hell of a shot.
True, maybe he did mean it. Do you think he did?
Yeah.
Or did you... so he wasn't trying to actually blast him then. And you know they've also changed the explosions when the Death Star gets blown up as well. Yeah. There was always just like a starry pop, you know, bang, bang, bang.
Right.
And then they've put this sort of wave on all the new explosions now, including, I think, Alderaan or whatever. But yeah, they changed all that.
And of course... Oops. What?
Woohoo!
And I mean, that was cool as well as a kid, when Han comes back to help him.
Well, also as a kid as well, when you saw Vader spinning off, you were always wondering for ages, going, is he still alive? Because he didn't die and he spun off and he lost in space. You were just seriously wondering where the hell Darth Vader was.
And this whole time, where's the Emperor hiding? I know he's not mentioned in this film at all, is he?
No, there wasn't really an Emperor, was there? They never really brought it in until Empire.
Yeah, and then it was just a woman with cat's eyes.
But if you do mention in the book novelization of this one, it does mention Senator Palpatine and stuff like that. So he was thought of. Just for some reason, they never mentioned him in the film.
Because obviously, when they went to the remasters, they brought back Ian. Oh, what's his name?
So Ian McDiarmid.
Here it comes. Carrie. Maybe he doesn't.
No, because I've looked for it and I've never been able to hear it, but people claim to have heard it. So unless they've altered it, you know, tinkered around and deleted the...
And look at them, they're all best friends, look. They're all happy. They only met each other 2 hours ago.
Yeah, they've only spent about 20 minutes in the same scene.
Yep.
And that was in a trash compactor.
But they're all best friends now. Yeah, so they brought back Ian McDiarmid to reshoot the scenes as the Emperor for Empire. But
again, what about the guy who originally played him?
Well, apparently it was just an actress, and they put cat's eyes over it.
Oh wow!
Again, YouTube will have the original bit.
Yeah, probably. See, this was amazing at a big screen. Fanfare blaring out, and go and get their medals. And for some reason, nobody's got the balls to put one on Chewie. So you could just put it on him.
Look,
I'm not doing it.
Leia's got boobs now.
Yeah. Oh, she's all womanly now. She's not like a dude.
She's all princessy.
See, somewhere, if you look 6 rows back and 3 in, there's probably that dude is probably currently at a convention somewhere selling autographs.
Do you remember in Phantom Menace where they kind of do this a little bit as well?
Yeah. With the carnival.
But Padme gives Anakin a little bit of a, hello, look. Like,
is that hello? You're looking mighty hot for a 9-year-old.
Like, oh, come on, love. I gotta go with you and your starship. Yippee!
Oh, God.
It happened,
Shock
mate. It
people.
happened.
Yeah, it did. It should never have, but it did.
Even
And everybody's so happy to see a nice, shiny R2. It's awesome.
all,
it makes no sense because he doesn't...
But they're all
we love
laughing as well. I don't get what's so funny about it.
It's just because he's like the child, isn't he? He's like, hello, I'm there. You know, when you see like a kid at a wedding or whatever and they're jumping up and down looking like a tit, people just think it's cute. And then R2 doing his little rock thing and beeping away, and they're like, oh, bless. He is the child.
But how come, they're the one getting the trophies and the medals and everything? It's like, that you all took part in it,
Yeah, I get why Han got it. And I suppose Luke maybe because he took the shot or whatever.
Gary Kurtz. Who's he?
What did Chewie... Oh, he's producer, dude. Big name.
Yeah, but is that not... I'm looking for McCallum.
Rick McCallum, I think he's from the other ones, I think he's more Empire Jedi and beyond.
Oh, right. Because he was...
I think Gary Kurtz
Because he was very involved.
Oh, yeah.
In all of it. Well, there you go, Stuart. We've successfully...
Well, we're going to run till the end credits. Get to the end, and then we'll be right. But yeah, we have successfully made it, and I've got to say, it flew by.
It did. It really did.
That was quite a quick 2 hours.
It really was.
Yeah. Sometimes on podcasts, you're like, oh, Jesus, it's not finished yet. Oh, no, I've only been recording 12 minutes.
I wonder who's going to listen to it and go, ooh.
I think some people will.
I hope they do. I mean...
Because it's basically just a podcast, isn't it? We're not like... Marsha Lucas, that's George's wife at the time.
I was going to say, is that his ex-wife?
The ex-wife now. Ralph McQuarrie, illustrator. If you watch some of the Ben Burtt, Wally,
special sound effects, yeah.
Yeah, we're just going to read names out for the next 4 minutes. If you look at some of the people that got starts on it, David Fincher, I think, started on Return of the Jedi as like a matte artist or something.
Wow.
So that's where he sort of came from. But there's a lot of people involved in this.
Back before Frank Oz was a part of it.
Yes, definitely.
There's Rick Baker, look, on the makeup section. There's
a lot of names. It's so weird, isn't it? The names that you see in here, and you're like, damn, they went on to do maybe not bigger things. Richard Edlund, he's a massive, Dennis Muir and whatnot. They're huge in the special effects world.
And the music, even the music, it's just gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
There's Ralph McQuarrie again.
Planet and satellite artist. Wow. Okay. So there is a lot of names. Phil Tippett, stop motion.
Yeah, I know the name Phil Tippett.
It's like computer animation and graphic displays, right? What that guy there, Dan O'Bannon, he's the one that wrote Alien. So he went on to do that.
Wow.
So there are, you spot a few names.
When was Alien? 79?
Alien was 79. It was originally called Star Beast. And then they went, yeah, you can't call it Star Beast. Call it Alien.
Do you remember the weird alternative ending to Alien?
No.
Where, I know we're not doing an Alien podcast, but it was going to end where the alien was going to bite off Sigourney Weaver's head, right? And then was going to then use her voice to channel back to Earth that everything was okay.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
They never shot it, so.
It mentioned there on the credits, special edition producer Rick McCallum. He'd gone back and he'd done stuff, but I think I would rather see the original version, but other than the Mos Eisley stuff, it's not really been tinkered around with that much. I think the bigger mess is Return of the Jedi, with that stupid musical number being substituted.
Yeah, but that was done well before the Blu-ray, though.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was your 1997 stuff. And then after that, they then substituted Sebastian Shaw, stuck in Hayden Christensen, and made it even worse. So it's crazy. So what you got planned for the rest of your day now that we're like a minute away from finishing the Star Wars.
I'm very tempted to shove on the special features.
Yeah, there is a play all option on it, and just
Is that
play
on,
all.
is that on the final disc?
Not on the final disc. It's on. There is a. If you look at the leaflet that you got with your blue
special
disc, whatever.
features films 1 to 3, and then special features 4 to 6. Right. Okay.
Yeah, 4 to 6, and then there is a play all option, and then just put it on and go about your business in your house and just drift in and out and stuff like that.
What about yourself? What are you going to be doing?
I'm going to probably get this edited, get it prepped, ready for Sunday's upload.
Cool. Hello everybody on Sunday.
Hello everybody on Sunday.
Did no one else get back to you? No one else?
No, not at all. No, I did have to put a disclaimer out saying, look, we were planning on doing a Star Wars one.
Oh, wait, look at this. If you experience any conditions that distracted from the theatrical presentation, please phone this number.
But also notice they've now put in a web address as well, which was obviously never there back in the 70s or whatever.
So, sorry, so you're going to... So no one else... Okay.
Yeah, originally we were going to do like a Star Wars podcast, weren't we, where we were just going to get a bunch of people and chat, and then scheduling, put that behind.
Have you now got the THX thing coming up?
Certainly, I love that logo. Yeah, that needs to be a ringtone.
Is that not supposed to come at the start?
Yeah, and it didn't in this case, did it?
That was weird.
Yeah, I think there's. I like some of the THX logos though. There's the Pixar one with the shaky the cow thing, and then there's a Terminator one when it sort of reforms itself and goes all metally and stuff with the THX logo. So that is awesome. But no, that was a quick 2 hours. There's no way we covered everything either. That was quite...
No, we may just have to do Empire and... and
then Phantom Menace.
No, it's not happening. It's not happening. But I do like the theory that you can watch A New Hope, then you watch Empire, then you go back and you watch 2 and 3 as if they're flashbacks.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And then you go and watch 6.
I like the theory that you could just watch 4, 5, 6, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Maybe watch 7 if it's good, which hopefully it is.
But yes, there you go. That's Stuart and Fraser's podcast commentary of A New Hope.
Exactly. If anybody did manage to make it to the end,
congratulations.
Let us know whether you liked it or not. Let us know whether we should do some more or whether we should just go and just stick to regular podcasts. But I've had fun doing it. I've had fun watching it.
No, it was quite funny because I think it felt like you were watching a film with your mate as well. It was quite nice. Yeah. Except we're in different houses.
Except you're in Glasgow and I'm not.
Bit weird at a point where we were just obviously just too busy watching the actual film.
Yeah, the problem I had was the Blu-ray player I've got. I think I might need to get a new one at some point because it seems sort of like a delayed reaction when I press play or stop or whatever. So it's like.
Oh no, mine did the same. But I had it on pause. I pressed play and it took a good few seconds before it did anything.
Yeah, I think that's just Blu-ray technology, isn't it?
Yep, absolutely. Right, well, I'm gonna go fire up
the special features.
After a much-needed toilet break, I might add.
That is the danger. I made sure I went before because I thought I'm pausing it during.
No, definitely.
Forget it. But thank you very much, Fraser.
No, thank you very much. That was
congratulations on episode 3 of Cops and Monsters.
It's slowly but surely rising.
Yes. It's my favourite one as well.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I'm sorry it wasn't long enough for you. But
that's all right. It's budget reasons. That's what.
But yes, thank you for your podcast, and I shall speak to you soon.
You shall indeed.
Take care. See you later.
Bye.